Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Critical Beauty Salon. Tonight is going to be a very exciting night or day or afternoon, wherever you are. We are going to reveal our top 20, top 10, top 5, and the winner of Miss Grand International 2022. So we're just waiting for our lovely guests to log on Zoom, and we will start our chat. Okay. All right. Let's accept everyone. This is so exciting. All right. La, 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 la. La, la. Hey. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hi. Peter, do you like the banner?
Love it.
I wanted it to be a surprise. Phil, you're mute. Yeah. Okay.
There you go. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. Yeah. So first, okay, we have Phil. We have George for the Pageant Empress. Hi, George. Okay, I don't think he can hear us though. And we have Roger, the pageant nerd.
Hello.
How exciting!
Yes, and we have
Hi, everyone.
Noemi Melendez.
Yay!
Hello. Hi.
And of course, we have the Pageant Institute, Peter Sereno. Yay! So we're just waiting.
Hello.
Yeah, so this is going to be very exciting. Roger, you look very dapper. I love
Well, you know, I thought I may as well stick to my pageant nerd branding. So there you go. You know,
Yes.
little Sunday best in Australia.
Yeah. I've been so looking forward to meet with you, Roger.
Likewise. No, it's really nice to be a part of this. So I'm very excited. So thank you for inviting me, Rafa.
Oh, you're more than welcome. Now we're waiting for Antonio to log on. I think he's having some trouble with connection. And two other people are joining us, which is not on the original list of guests, but they insisted to join us. Summer Smith from Crown Sisters, and also Henrique Fontes from Global Beauty.
Woo!
So I believe
Fast
it's
started.
I believe what time is it in Jakarta? I believe it's 8 in the morning, Sunday in Jakarta, Indonesia. Either they're still, maybe they haven't finished their breakfast yet, or maybe they're still in the process of eating breakfast. We don't know, but we're looking forward to both of them joining us. So before we start, okay, well, a lot of people are watching now. Oh, Brian, why didn't you join us?
Yeah.
Okay, he sent us a private message. Like, we can't join you. I can't join you. You know, Peter, it's up to you. You have to defend yourself. Because Brian and Peter always have they're the same choices, the same favorites and stuff and everything. So, okay, we lost Pageant Empress George, but he's trying to log in again. Okay. You have to defend yourself. Okay, great. So we have Patrick. Hi, Patrick. Greetings from the Philippines. We have Bunda Korla. Hi, Rafa. It's 4 a.m. in Hamburg, Germany. So people are watching us from Germany.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that's good. And all right, so we're just waiting for Pageant Empress. So before we start, I would like for each and everyone to, give a brief description of themselves, who they are, what they are, because a lot of people, don't know you people. So, people just say, okay, well, I was wondering, who the hell is this guy? Who the hell is Phil? I've never seen him before. All right, let's start with Phil.
Oh, really? You're really gonna put me on the spot. Anyway, so Phil, my name is Phil. I'm from Los Angeles, California, a pageant analyst, pageant socialite, former moderator for Missology. You might know me as Patay na Daga, Sephora Chanel Phyllis. So yeah, when Missology Forum was, number one. But yeah, right now, like just joining you guys into this festive Miss Grand International review. So yeah, thank you for inviting me, Rafa.
Oh, you know what? I love your hair. How long is your hair now?
Oh, I don't know. Like I'm keeping it like 22 inches.
Wow.
22 inches now. No, seriously, after like COVID, I haven't gone to like cut it, whatever, keeping it natural, you
Yeah.
know. Mm-hmm.
Well, it looks better than Miss Ghana's extension, let me tell you, okay?
Rafa,
Okay.
we're having some
Just kidding. We
fun.
love we love Miss
And
Grand
it
Ghana, okay?
started.
I was just kidding. We love Grand Ghana. Oh, Antonio, handsome Antonio is here finally.
Hi, how are you? I'm sorry for being a little bit late. I don't know what was happening with my computer, but I'm just logging in. So I'm so happy to be here, guys.
Okay. Now, would you like to say something about yourself to those people who don't know you?
Oh, sure. Hey, guys. My name is Antonio. I'm original from Ecuador, but I live in Victoria, British Columbia, in Canada. I have been a beauty pageant fan since 1994, so long time. I know, I'm 34 years old, so I started kind of young. Yeah, I mean, I follow beauty pageants. My favorite is Miss World for sure, but Miss Grand International is growing a lot on me, I have to say. Currently, I'm voting for the Miss Global Beauties, like the target. So they invite me. So I'm so happy to be part of the member with you, Rap, I think, right? So
Right. Yeah. We have Global Henrique from Global Beauties actually initiated a WhatsApp chat group. I think he invited how many judges? Like 7 or 8 or something? 8 judges. Yeah.
And I have to say, I just met Enrique 2 weeks ago. I was in Sao Paulo, so I have the chance to meet him. Yeah, so it was wonderful. We spent like 3 hours together talking. We become very good friends. So yeah, if he's looking at us, hi, Enrique.
Yeah, hopefully he'll be able to join us. All right, now let's go to Peter, darling. Peter.
Hello. Hi. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Peter Sereno. I am Australia's first professional pageant coach. I started off with the Australia's Pageant Resource Center, Dear Pageant Girl, but now I run the Pageant Institute. I'm responsible for Australia's second Miss Universe and Australia's first ever Miss Grand International. Thank you very much.
Bravo.
Yeah, I like to call myself a pageant commentator, analyst, and fan. So thank you so much for inviting me, Rafa.
Yeah,
It's always a pleasure.
I think like a few years ago you almost retired from pageantry.
I did.
You did. And then I think some of us were able to convince you to come back. And we're so glad you did, because Australia really needs you. Okay. You are it. You are the pageant king in Australia.
Thank you. I thank you. Somebody should tell that to the directors, actually. But anyway, we digress.
All right, moving on to Miss Melendez, darling. How are you?
Hi, good, and you? Thank you for the invite. Super excited to chat with you. There's a lot of information, a lot going on this week. So super excited. My name is Noemi Melendez. I used to own the franchise for Miss Grand Cuba. I was with Miss Grand Cuba for 8 years, and Cuba won its first Grand Slam queen under my direction, Liz Garcia, and she is still with the organization. As you can see, she's been one of the hosts for a number of the events during the week, pageant week. So super proud of her. She's done an amazing job, and super excited to dish on what's gonna happen soon at the pageant.
Yeah, I think Noemi and Liz are like buddies, like besties. So they exchange information. They probably talk bad behind some of these contestants, right?
No, just never.
But yeah, we can't wait. Spill the tea if there's any tea to spill, right? So to speak. Great. And of course, we have Roger, the pageant nerd. Go ahead, Roger.
Thank you, Rafa. Hi, everyone. So nice to have another Australian on the panel as well. It's we're very rare breed pageant fans in Australia, I've got to say. So hi, everyone. If you don't know me, I'm the pageant nerd. I've been the pageant nerd for a couple of years now. So I mainly do YouTube videos on pageant history with a largely focus on Miss Universe. I've been a Miss Universe follower since the early 80s. I'm a bit older than you, Antonio, and Miss World as well, but definitely broadening my pageant horizons, and Miss Grand International certainly being one of those. I did a video recently on the Big Six. I dared call them the Big Six pageants, and I got a lot of abuse for saying, how dare you call Miss Grand International a Big Six pageant? And I said, well, that's my choice. So yeah, anyway, I'd love to see the, the nice, heated debate, but yeah, often when it's a little bit more pleasant.
Right. Yeah. Well, welcome. I'd like to inform everybody that one of the best pageant channels in YouTube is the Pageant Nerd. The first time I saw it, I was like really impressed by the digital artwork, the images, the video, the narration. At first, it was a faceless channel. You didn't show your face. What prompted you to eventually expose yourself?
Well, to be honest, like I really just wanted to do this as a bit of a COVID hobby, and I've been wanting to do it for a while, and hadn't really. There you go.
There you go. Subscribe to the Pageant Nerd.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, but I recently passed 10,000 subscribers, which I was really thrilled about. I mean, that's a drop in the ocean compared to lots of other people like the Sovereign and Sierra and whatever, but I was pretty chuffed about it. So, but I also knew that people wanted to see who was behind the voice. People thought that I was like some bot that was just kind of, creating videos autonomously. So I needed to prove that there was an actual human being behind it. And here we are, bow tie and all.
Yeah. So is there,
Roger, you actually look like your voice.
Oh,
so
yeah,
this is kind of like what I had imagined. So when you finally showed your face, I'm like, yeah, that's what I thought you'd look like.
Oh, good. That's good to hear. I like to sort of, meet expectations and not be like, oh, this guy's putting it on. Anyway.
How come you have an Aussie accent, but Peter does not?
I was born in Oz. I don't know. Maybe Peter, were you born in Australia?
I wasn't born in Australia. No, I came here when I was a kid.
Okay.
But I'm true blue. Let's get that
Exactly.
right. I'm true blue.
You've done incredibly well for Miss Universe Australia. So yeah, huge congrats.
Yeah, Peter is very Aussie at heart. Good, wonderful. And of course, we have the pageant Empress, George. George, unmute yourself. Go.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Good afternoon. Wherever you are, it's early morning here in Thailand. It's 8 o'clock, so I just woke up. So please do not mind my puffy face. My name is George. I'm the admin of Pageant Empress. It's a fairly new pageant page, I would say. I just started a website, www.pageantempress. I just do a lot of daily update about pageantry. A huge Miss Universe fan. Watched since 2003 with Amelia Vega when she won in Panama City. I was just absolutely mesmerized by her beauty, her stature, and her stage presence. And Miss Grand International, I just started watching it since 2016 when Ariska Putri of Indonesia won. And I'm slowly gravitating towards the Miss Grand International. And it's not because I'm from Thailand. It's just that I feel like the aura of the Miss Universe has kind of faded away since 2015. I don't know if you guys agree with me, but I just truly enjoy the Miss Grand International, especially the pre-activities and different rounds that the girls attend and compete in. And, that's why I have a book full of things that I'm going to share today about Miss Grand International, and I'm really happy to be here. So thank you so much for inviting me to be part of the discussion.
Oh, you're welcome. Well, I'm so glad all of you were able to come to our group chat. I don't know how much time you guys have. I mean, we can talk literally for hours and hours and hours.
4 hours once? Yeah.
4 hours tops.
I'm free.
We talked once for 4 hours, remember? For Miss Supranational. Yeah.
No. That was 5 hours and 35 minutes for Miss Supranational 2021.
Yes, last year.
Record.
Wow.
It was a record.
Wow.
For you, me, Peter, and Miss Supranational Australia. Yeah. So yeah, that was a record. Who knows? Maybe we'll do it for Miss Universe.
Oh, good Lord.
All right. So we're waiting for Summer and Henrique. For the time being, of course, we all watched the preliminaries. But before we go over the preliminaries, let's talk about Indonesia as the host country for the first time.
Amazing.
Love it.
Yeah, so we all have, I think, very positive things to say about the host country. And it would not have been possible had it not been for Ivan Gunawan.
Yes.
He is Ivan. Everybody knows he has a huge following on social media. I believe he is the CEO of Miss Glow cosmetic beauty products, and he's also a designer, I believe. So he's a man of many talents. So I'm very, very happy that everything's going well in Indonesia. This okay, so we're admitting, okay, summer is lugging in, so hopefully we'll be able to say. Yeah, so Indonesia is doing a wonderful job hosting this pageant for the first time. Originally, I believe there were about 76 countries who signed up, but only 68 eventually showed up in Indonesia. For the first time in the history of the pageant, the United Kingdom is competing. It used to be four different political subdivisions of the UK, but according to the national director, Catherine Fanshawe, she decided to incorporate all those four regions into just one country because it's easier for her to conduct a pageant. And it's very challenging for UK, where pageantry is really not that big, to be able to recruit potential contestants for each region. So I think this is a good idea. So that's about it. Let me see what other internet you feel free to jump in, whatever you feel like, saying, just feel free to jump in. Peter, what do you think of Indonesia hosting the pageant?
Indonesia is probably one of the more popular holiday destinations for us Aussies. So I have been to Indonesia myself a few times, and I can attest to it. I don't think it's just the facilities per se, and their facilities have actually improved a lot in such a short period of time. So Indonesia from 10 years ago, Jakarta, especially in Bali, compared to where they are now, is fabulous. So they're really in this renaissance and in this big holiday blowout. It's amazing. And it's not just the country, it's the people. The Indonesians are just such beautiful, lovely people, and that's why we love going there so much. Anybody who goes to Indonesia is always made to feel welcome. The food is amazing, the culture is spot on, so everything that you need to experience in a holiday, it's there in that one thing. So this doesn't surprise me at all. This does not. I had high expectations for Indonesia, and they met it with gusto and bravado. So I love it. Love Indonesia.
Noemi, have you been to Indonesia?
I have not. Lise hasn't either, and this was her first time, and she was gushing over every event, every from the hotel to the meals to the events. She told me that Bali was amazing. Yes, they had to deal with humidity and stuff like that. And the weather wasn't that great. It was raining a lot and stuff, so it kind of dampered some of the events a little bit. But she told me that she gets to her room and there's a gift every day. Every day there's a gift. And that's not only her, it's all the contestants. They receive gift boxes of sponsors, and that's every day. They go back, when they come back from their events, they have a little gift. And all the girls are super excited, they're excited to be part of this anniversary. We had very high expectations, obviously, because it's the 10th anniversary. But I think that with this event, Vietnam is going to have to step it up.
I know, right? Exactly. Yeah. Question. Do national directors also get gifts?
It's all about networking.
Okay. All right. Because, I might think of becoming a national director if they can guarantee gifts.
Ooh, so bribery with you works.
I know, right? See, what country has not competed in Miss Grand? Let me see. Maybe Bonaire.
There you go.
Something small, something that's easier to handle. You know what I mean? Like Bonaire or
because in Bahamas
or Aruba or the Bahamas competed, I believe, twice.
They don't have right now, so you can take over.
Yeah,
we'll see. It all depends on the inflation, so to speak. So Reading comments from our viewers, says Dave, hi, oh my God, my crush, the pageant nerd is here. So handsome. You have an admirer, Roger.
Oh, stop. Oh, I'm gonna go red. Oh, thank you for that kind remark. I'm glad I dressed up for
I
the
think you're
occasion.
blushing, Roger.
I am. Better turn my ring light off. There you go.
Kim says, good morning, guys, from Jakarta. By the way, I was in the venue last night for preliminary. Did you like it, Kim? I hope you like it. It was a wonderful event. Watching, Aiko says, watching this while making an exam. Ha, ha, ha. Watching from the Philippines. Good. Thank you. Thank you, Aiko. Hi, all. Good morning from Jakarta. Danielle Curiel. Hola, Noemi. Saludos desde Curaçao. Greetings from Curaçao. Peter says, Antonio, you have competition as resident heartthrob now. Roger is
I cannot blame them. I cannot blame. I have to say.
Well, that's
create
funny.
some friendly rivalry, huh? There you go.
That's hilarious. Ace Evans says, wow, love this pageant group analysis. Good morning from Greece. Good morning, Greece. Good morning, Europe. Okay, so
Kalimera.
Is it Kalispera? Kalispera, right?
I thought Kalispera was evening.
Whatever. Anyway, yeah, hello, everybody. So, okay, so the pageant takes place. Actually, it's the pageant first took place in Bali, where we saw most of the pre-pageant activities. The reason for choosing Bali, I believe, is because, well, first of all, I've never been there, but it's a beautiful, beautiful island. I'm sure, Lise had probably told Noemi, a lot of good things about Bali. And that's where they had the sort of like a swimsuit competition. I thought for a minute that it's going to be a closed swimsuit competition, but it's actually open in the public. It's right by the beach,
Yeah, it was a last minute thing that they decided to do, because in Bali tourists are allowed to wear swimsuits. So that was the only place that they would be able to allow that type of events to go on. So it was actually a last minute decision in conjunction with, like the sportswear competition. So yeah, I'm excited that they were able to do it. Actually, it looked really great. I mean, the way that they did it around the pool and in front of the beach, it looked beautiful. Thank God the weather was cooperating really, really well. So yeah, I mean, Bali, that was my dream. That's my bucket list, to go to Bali. And I heard it was going to be in Indonesia,
you know what?
Like,
let's go to Bali. Let's go to Vietnam next year. Stop over to Bali. All right, let's go.
There you go.
Do it. All right. Wonderful. Okay, so they had a swimsuit competition, and I mean, a pageant will not be, a great pageant without a swimsuit competition.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the point of the girls spending hours and hours and hours in the gym and not flaunt their beautiful physique, and their great bodies and stuff, So a good thing that they had a swimsuit competition. And then after that, the girls flew to Jakarta, where the finals will be held on October 25th.
Yes.
So that I won't be able to sleep. I'm just really getting very excited. I've never really felt this excited, before. I mean, Miss Universe is great, but come on, this is Miss Grand International. It's grand. It's grander now than Miss Universe. So
it is.
I think all of us pretty much would agree, right? Except for the Miss Universe fanatics somewhere out there.
May I say something?
Go for it.
Thank you very much. No, it's like the second time that Indonesia hosts a Grand Slam pageant. I'm not sure you remember, in 2013 was in Miss World.
I was there.
It was one of the best productions ever. So I think that Indonesia should host more international pageants because they do it very, very well.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, and like coming from Miss World 2013 into Miss Grand, like the progress of the coverage of the pageant really stepped up. I don't know if because Miss World is kind of like more conservative, but this time like Grand is like where the pageant or where everything is at,
Exactly. Yeah,
I think there's also been a real change and a greater acceptance of it, because I was
Mhm.
actually there in 2013, and I remember that there were a couple of times where we got the warning that there was going to be a ferry load of people from mainland Indonesia threatening to bomb Miss World. So
Mhm.
we had bomb scares and all that. I don't think that's happening grand anymore. So I think there's been a general acceptance now and a cultural change
It's a good
for
progress.
Indonesia, which is wonderful. It's a good thing.
Right,
Mhm.
Because
exactly.
the pageant in Miss World was meant to be held in Jakarta originally, and then it got moved to Bali at the last minute, right? Because of the
Right.
Yeah.
religious situation. So it's almost like a reversing of it this time. But yeah, it's good to see that. I mean, they're also, I guess, acknowledging the religious situation. And I thought that not to change the subject too much, but like the parade where they had the traditional dress, I thought was beautiful. I thought that was a really nice touch to honor the country that they were in as well.
Mhm. Exactly,
I
exactly.
agree.
It's also important to mention, though, there's certain countries who are not able to make it this year. I believe, remember last year, they both had Liberia and Siberia. This year, neither country showed up. For some reason, Sweden was not able to send a delegate this year. And also Armenia and Egypt. Remember last year, Egypt's
Mhm.
costume was like she was dragging a tiger, like a big, humongous, like fluffy tiger on stage and stuff, and while wearing a Cleopatra outfit or whatever. So, but this year it's just like, what happened to these people? You know, it's just so sad. Okay, Brian says, Brian, I have crush on all of you, but kick butt, Peter. LOL. Woohoo! Ace Evans again from Calimera means good morning and good day, whereas Calispera is good afternoon and good evening. Thank you, Ace, for that. Okay, now we know the difference. Wonderful. And Oscar just joined us from Mexico. Hola, querido Oscar. So wonderful. All right, so moving on. Let's talk about the previous activities before the prelims. What is your favorite activity before the prelims? Hard, hey? It's hard. Because I loved every event.
Everything.
I loved
Mhm.
every activity. I mean, sometimes I feel like this is really not, it's really not fair to compare or even to assess, because each activity is so different in its own. But and I think, once I saw the list of activities, I was like, whoa, there's no way in this world that any other pageant could surpass this
Mhm.
amazing, number of activities, all crammed up in 3-4 weeks, So that's great. So I know, Miss Universe, Paula Sugar, if you're watching the show, if you really want to keep your fan base, your loyal fan base like moi, okay, you can probably learn a lot from Nawat Itzaragraizil, the CEO of Miss Grand International. He knows exactly what's good for the pageant industry, okay? But I wish you good luck. And by the way, nobody from your office is answering emails, picking up phone calls. What's up with that? Your public relations department sucks. Come on, people. Work on it. Improve. All right. What else? Okay, so okay, Phil,
What?
what is your favorite preliminary activity before the prelims?
It was, I forgot the activity, but it was the show where it's kind of like Cirque du Soleil, where they were presenting ballet dresses, the traditional dresses.
Right.
A little story about it. It's like 4:00 a.m. here in Los Angeles. I just turned on the TV and it was on YouTube and it was showing, and I was like, oh, my eyes were just glued on it. And it's really entertaining because I was like, oh my God, this is some Cirque du Soleil type of thing, We were chatting that time too. And it was really like, it was introduction to the culture that
Exactly.
everyone should, like as a pageant host nation, it's the host nation's job, like, like to kind of like let know the culture, like introduce their culture to the world. And Indonesia really did good, So that's my favorite. How about you?
I like the Balinese costume presentation
Mhm.
because
Mhm.
I think there are several. Well, they were split into different groups, and each group had to wear a different attire. But I love Balinese puppetry. The shadows and the paper
Yes.
puppets and stuff and
Mhm.
everything. and also the story. It reminds me of The King and I, the classic movie, The King and I.
Mhm.
You know, so it was beautiful. I was like, totally mesmerized. Okay, great. What about you, Noemi? Your favorite?
I think that was one of the favorite events as well. You know what events kind of like, I think really, if you really think about it, when the girls participated in Muslim Fashion Week, that was a big statement. And that is a lot of people have it, you know, really commented on that.
Yeah.
That really shows that they're really embracing their culture in every way, even the Muslim part of the culture. So I mean, that for me, that fashion show, I saw some of the people that were doing lives at the venue. I didn't realize how huge that is, and that is a huge event. It's just like Fashion Week, like New York Fashion Week, basically, but just for the Muslim culture, and the fashion, and even though they're all, you know, covered up and, you know, the whole 9 yards, but if you really look at it, it looked so beautiful and so simple and so elegant, and it really shows that you don't really have to show so much skin to look elegant and beautiful. The girls did an amazing job in that event. I think that was a big plus for them. It's another event that they added last minute for them to participate. The other events, I would say, the swimsuit competition was amazing. I loved that everybody had their own style swimsuit, you know, and they really were able to show off their sassiness or sexiness, their, you know, their personalities through their swimwear. And I'm so happy that they were able to do that, because honestly, with sportswear, it's really hard to judge a body with, you know, leggings and a little crop top. And I was thinking, you know, I'm like, how are they going to really evaluate each girl just with the you know, leggings and a crop top?
Right.
But when they were able to do that bathing suit, I was so happy that they were able to do that. So yeah, there's quite a few events that really stand out. I think Yvonne has done an amazing job as you know, a host country, as an organizer, very organized, very scheduled, and just the fact that they've been taking care of each and every girl, regardless if they're favorites or non-favorites. Each and every girl feels like a queen, and you know, and feels that they're taken care of. And that's super important when you compete in an international pageant, and a lot of pageants forget that. It's not only about the production and ratings, it's about how you take care of the girls, because you as a director want to be able to promote the pageant, market the pageant, and you want the girls to have a great experience regardless whether they win or lose. It's all about the experience.
Exactly. I totally agree. Well, I have my own opinion, but I think I'm going to reserve it later on. I mean, to those who know me personally, you know, I had my own opinions about that. Anyway, so while waiting for Summer to log on, I want to ask George. George, what do you think of the sportswear or the swimsuit competition? There's no sound, can't hear you.
Hello.
Yes, better, much better.
I really enjoy the sportswear round because I've never seen a competition being held in a rice field in the middle of nowhere, which I thought was so interesting. I wish the rice was actually a little bit higher. I don't know if it's just me, because I could see like it's still like a baby plant. So if it was even bigger, I think it would look so amazing, because I've seen a recent fashion show where the models were walking in the middle of the rice field. So I thought that was really interesting. But my favorite has to be the Balinese traditional cultural show, because I have never seen anything so spectacular before in a pageantry, where the host country was actually giving us the knowledge and, you know, experiencing us with this beautiful culture that I've never seen before. And Also, he was a storytelling and someone who loves Broadway myself. I love the theater, everything went over the top, clothing, the beautiful backdrop, the structure, everything was just spectacular. So I really enjoyed the Balinese cultural fashion show. And I just loved it because every delegate looked like a queen in the Balinese outfit. And I thought that was incredible. And this is one thing I really appreciate about Miss Grand International is that, like you guys said, they treat each and every single delegate like a queen that she is. And she deserves to be treated that way. And I really enjoyed that. So that would have to be my. And also, I would like to point out that in the swimsuit, I don't know if you guys noticed it, but the backdrop, did you guys notice the logo of Miss Grand International? I thought that was so cool. It was so clever because it had a beautiful backdrop of a sunrise, and it just looks so breathtaking. So I really enjoyed that moment in the swimsuit competition. So that would, those two are my highlights, swimsuit and the Balinese show.
That's wonderful. By the way, I want to comment that this year, for some reason, they're promoting this as the 10th anniversary. Technically, it's not the 10th anniversary, it's the 9th anniversary. It's a 10th edition because the pageant began in 2013. So if you know how to count, 2013, 14, 15, all the way to 2022, it's, that's about 9 years, So the 10th anniversary should actually be held next year, okay? For some reason, people are getting confused. It's not only Miss Grand, but also Miss Universe, Miss World, all the other pageants, they confuse the difference between the edition and anniversary. So, let me ask Antonio, your favorite activity so far.
My favorite was also for sure the traditional, the fashion show with Indonesian clothing. I have to say that they are now what is showing the world, like how you have to shows up, the host country, right? Like that's something that Miss Universe has lost a lot. Miss Universe, sometimes they host in the Philippines, in Thailand, and you don't see the culture. Exactly. But here, what it's like, promoting the culture. I was thinking if I will be, let's say, the president of Ecuador, for example, and then somebody told me, Antonio, host a beauty pageant, I would choose Miss Grand International because it really, shows the culture of the country. So that's, kudos for Mr. Nawat.
Good. Peter, darling, what about you?
Look, I'm in agreement with everything. You know me. I'm so glad you said the fashion show. I'm actually at that age now where I'm looking at the outfits and I'm going to need to wear that and cover up a little bit more. So I'm so glad you actually mentioned that. I was looking forward to the pageant activities because I've been to all the places that they did this. So I've stayed at Seminyak. I couldn't picture in my head how they were going to do it. So the way that they executed it was amazing. It looked amazing on TV. The rice patties. I have been to a few cafes where it's located in the middle of a rice patty. I actually went to a vegan one the last time I was in Bali, and we had to walk through a rice paddy to get to that place. And there were a few steaks, but oh well. So that was super interesting to see how they constructed the runway over the rice patties. Very clever, really loved it. But I think my absolute favorite was when Nawat actually jumped into the water with everybody in their evening gowns. That was so much fun.
And controversial too.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. And I think it kind of happened the same time that they were having the big scandal over at Miss USA. And in a way, they kind of brought back the attention to the pageant with all the girls in their evening gowns, and everyone's like, oh no, they're ruining their gowns in the water. It's like, no problem, it's publicity.
Hopefully hopefully all those beautiful gowns were waterproof. That's all I can say.
Well, I actually was messaging Amber at the time. It's like, which gown did you wear and ruin? It's like, I actually asked the designer if I could jump in. It's like, great, no problem then.
Okay. Wonderful. Roger, what about you? Your favorite activities before the prelims?
I think the cohort here have pretty much said, I'm very much in agreement. I think what Antonio was saying was spot on with what I, felt like. Thailand and Philippines are such incredible hosts of Miss Universe. Sorry, I'm going to bitch about Miss Universe now, but Rafa, you gave me the sort of opening, so I'm going to go with that. I feel like there's what Miss Grand International does so well is to embrace that local spirit, and I think there's been some elements of it with the other pageants, but and it's been great to see, like in some, Miss Somalia compete in Miss World as the first hijabi contestant, and even Bahrain in Miss Universe last year. But for a pageant to actually go to the extent of having a full a fashion show where all the contestants are parading in Muslim Islamic attire, I thought was just incredible. And I think that's really where the innovation of Miss Grand International, even, you know, streaming the live, the prelim interviews just in a small way, they're trying to think of different things. And I think that really is something that, as a, you know, huge Miss Universe fan, I'm disappointed to see that that is not, you know, Miss Universe is not trying to be that innovator anymore. You know, they cut the pageant down to 9-10 days, shove them in a hotel for 8 of those, and they just put them in rehearsals, and then they put on a TV show. This is Miss Grand International is completely opposite of that. It's a wonderful showcase of the host country, and it is giving a lot of time, I think, especially importantly, giving a lot of time for the contestants to be, you know, shown as well. I just don't think that that is really appreciated, how valuable that is to all the contestants, to feel like, as Noemi said, to feel like they're being treated like queens. They're not just turning up, doing a few things and then going home. They've had a full raft of activities, and I think that they can go home feeling like, win or lose, place or not place, they've had a wonderful experience.
Exactly. Actually, I think that's what counts the most. You know, you're trying to create beautiful memories, you know, from this pageant, making new friends. I think eventually that's what pageantry is all about anyway. You know, you network with different cultures, with different people from all over the world, and you just have fun, because life is too short anyway, right? So good. All right. So Summer, for some reason, Summer is having trouble connecting. Summer, we can't see you. We can see your name, but we can't see you. Okay, meanwhile, while waiting for her, reading some of the comments still, A says, wow, love this pageant group analysis. Good morning again from Greece. Let me see. Hello from Australia. Yuri says, I love the guests. Kim Hot says, Cambodia is the next Philippines, Indonesia, Thailand. Last night was loud with Cambodia's fans. Yeah, we're going to talk about Cambodia and Vietnam. For some reason, the Cambodians are really all fired up this year.
Yeah,
and I can't believe when I was checking the national costume competition, the top 10. I believe Cambodia has the most number of votes, like almost 300,000 likes and votes. So that's unbelievable, you know. All right, Cambodia, good for you. Let me see. Okay, Summer's trying to get in again. I don't know. Well, I really don't know what's wrong with her. Come on, Summer. You can do it. You can do it, girl. Yeah, we want to see you. We want to see your beautiful face. Stephen says, hello, everybody. I'm glad I got to see all the content, including prelims, for free, unlike Miss USA prelims, where I paid $35 to see it. Yeah.
Yes. Exactly. That's super important.
Yes.
That's so important.
Well, you know
he's been a master in using social media for his advantage. He has taken social media and run with it. He has this pageant, specifically Miss Grand, started on social media, and it's grown. And this is the reason why it's so huge now, because he's known how to really market his brand. And love him or hate him, right? Because it's a love-hate relationship with Nawat. A lot of people do have, you know, but you have to give it to him when it comes to marketing and branding his events. And when he put his mind to it, look how he has already surpassed Miss Universe in 10 years. Only 10 years. This is a baby pageant.
Yeah.
You know? And look where he's gone. I mean, and people thought he was crazy. Like, you know, literally tell him, you know, to his face, oh, you will never be able to compete with Miss Universe. There's no way. You just started, you know, you're crazy.
Exactly.
And boom, look where he's now.
Exactly. Yeah, I totally.
I think also, like, what added was, you know, the legacy of Michael Schwan and Scott Grossman, what they left in Miss Universe, the Paracelas. Now, what kind of continued it? So when Miss Grand started, I mean, I could say like it was tacky, but Miss Grand made tacky like a commodity in pageant community, you know. So, you know, like, kudos to Mr. Nawat. That right now, like, we can say that Miss Grand International is, I would say, is where the girls would want to go.
Mhm.
It's
Exactly.
the activity is great. Everything is grand.
Exactly. Just exactly what the name says. You wonder about all these. I think, grand this year. When you think about all the other like third-rate or fourth-rate pageants like Miss Intercontinental or Miss Global or Miss Globe or whatever, they can't. I mean, to me, these pageants, they look like high school productions. They don't even like come up to, finger of Miss Grand, because everything about Grand is grand, luxurious, big, humongous, elegant, magnanimous, fabulous, everything, all the superlatives are crammed in one big pageant. So it's going to be very tough for the other Grand Slam pageants to surpass or to equal Miss Universe. I mean, I still hope for Miss Universe to do something grand or big or just as big, but the pageant is going to take place in New Orleans in January. When I found out about New Orleans, that's a very high crime city. What are the girls going to do besides eat shrimp and visit the Bayou country? Like, who cares? But come on, if they're going to promote American culture, I hope they consider jazz, because jazz is very pure New Orleans, pure American culture. Rhythm and blues, bluegrass. I mean, those are really great American culture. So that's great. All right.
When Miss USA was held in the South, something was 2015.
Nashville. But it was in Nashville.
It was
first
Baton
When
Rouge.
Olivia, or was it Olivia, or was it?
Before Priscilla took over, yeah.
Like, they really embraced the Southern culture there, but no wonder no other country wants to host Miss Universe, because they don't give it the justice as we talked about. So yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. So hopefully, there's we'll see. I don't know. I'm still debating whether I should go to Miss Universe. Anybody going? Phil, are you going?
Well, you know my answer.
Well, see, that's a problem, because again, I contacted Miss Universe organization public relations twice. I asked them, is there going to be a press junket? Are you going to offer press credentials to the press? No response. Nobody's answering. So I really don't know.
Probably we can just go there just for the sake of it. But not spend a week.
Exactly. All right, so that's good. So I think everybody had a chance to say their piece about their favorite pre-activities before the preliminaries. That's good. All right, so
Brian says he'll be at Miss Universe. Of course.
Yeah,
He's going to Miss Universe.
Yeah.
He was like front and center last year at preliminaries.
Yeah.
Remember?
Okay, reading some of the comments. Let me see.
They are funny.
There's a huge love in. Oh, hey, there's someone with Michael. Hi, Michael, stay.
Oh my God! What were they doing before?
Michael needs to stay.
Shocking!
Get Michael back on camera.
Summer, what were you doing on your knees just before you appeared?
Oh my gosh! I was thinking the same.
Did she hear us? There's no audio. There's no audio, poor girl.
Yeah, Michael, you stay right there. This is like pageant power couple right there in front of us. Michael needs to be part of this.
It could be worse. Okay. Oh, reading some of the comments. Roger, are you single? Roger, are you single?
I happen to answer that in the comments. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
You're not single. Okay. Sorry, he's taken.
Soz.
Antonio is single, right?
I'm separated. Yeah.
Yeah. So
back to the single work after 6 years. So yeah.
Yeah. So guys, if any of you are interested, ping him, send him a message.
Back on the market.
All right. So Summer, darling, can you hear us?
Good morning, everyone. And
Okay.
Welcome, Michael and Emma.
Crown Sisters.
Crown Sisters. Look,
Hi, Peter.
Summer,
Hi,
you are one of my favorite pageant outlets ever. Like, you are doing
Thank you
such
so
an amazing
much.
You are doing an amazing job. But I must say this
Thank
too, Summer.
you.
You cannot do what you're doing without your other half. So can you get Michael on camera, because we need to thank him as
Yes, we
well.
want to see Michael too. Michael, come on, show up.
Michael, get on
Show
camera.
your handsome
I
face,
just
please.
want to say thank you for helping me.
Just say help. Hello, Michael.
I can't hear you. Can you please increase the volume?
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
Yeah, we can
Okay.
hear you very well.
What is this for?
Hi guys.
Hi,
look.
you're doing an amazing job, Michael. You are amazing. Keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah,
Exactly.
well, I'm trying to maintain happy wife, happy life, as they say. So
Oh,
And
Yeah.
you two will be together forever.
Exactly. You two are
Really?
made for each other.
Oh, really? Oh dear. Okay.
It's called, it's called codependence, okay? Now, interesting, Summer, for those of you,
Thank you, Peter.
for those people who do not know you, who have never heard of you, please give us a brief introduction of yourself. Go.
Hello, everyone. My name is Summer Smith from Crown Sisters. I'm born and bred in the Philippines, but now I've been living in the UK for the last 20 odd years. And I started this YouTube channel called Crown Sisters, I think last year?
2 years.
Oh, 2 years ago. And doing well.
Okay. All right. Well, that was short and sweet. Okay. Again, Crown Sisters started with as a faceless channel. And
Yeah.
I was just telling everybody, the first time I fell in love with your channel is because of your voice and
Thank
the way you edited your videos. And then we started reaching out to each other. We became good friends online, although we haven't even seen each other in real life. But yeah, so it's time that the world sees who you are, your beautiful face. It's the same thing with Roger. So we both have a handsome Roger and a beautiful Summer.
Hey,
In
Roger.
this good discussion. All right. So okay. So Henrique from Global Beauties. Should we admit Henrique?
Yes.
Yes, why not?
Should we ask him if it's vaccinated? Just kidding. All right. All right, Henrique. Here we go. Hopefully the connection is very good. So I have a lot of questions to Henrique too. I'm sure he can share all this wonderful information with us. Henrique, mi amor. All right, reading some of the comments. Mission.
Hello. Let me see my camera. Oh my God.
All right, that's fine. We'll wait. Brian says it's going to Miss Universe. Okay, Brian, let's go together. William Prendis de Gerardo, the world's biggest Miss Universe fan, says, "Don't waste your time worrying
Guys, I
about
don't
Universe."
know why my camera doesn't work.
Oh, are you using your laptop or your iPhone?
My laptop.
Your laptop. Okay. You can.
But anyway, I'm here. I'm here. I had this problem yesterday as well. I need to figure how to unblock my camera. But anyway, I'm here.
Okay, that's fine. So I'm just reading some of the comments on the chat in the chat box. Stephen says, "I can't afford to go to Miss Universe and I live in the States." Stephen, what you can do? There's tons of empty bottles and empty cans littering the streets in America. They're worth something, that's what I intend to do. I'm going to pick up some of the dirt and litter, recyclable stuff, and I'm going to sell them. Let me see. Okay. Hi, Summer Girl, says Bunda Corla. Brian says, haha, I hate you all. Well, Brian, why didn't you join us?
Yeah, join us, Brian.
I gave you the link to Zoom. Why can't you join us, dude? Come on. We want to see your sexy face.
yeah.
Okay, David
I'm hoping
says,
this is better. Benjamin said that I sounded really muffled. So am I sounding clearer now?
Yes, totally.
You do.
Yeah.
Totally.
Okay.
Yeah, all the
Thank
time.
you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Totally.
thanks.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah. So all right. Okay, Stephen says I need to work anyway. Yeah, I think we all have to work. All right, so we're waiting for Henrique.
No, I'm here. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to use the
So
video,
Brian-
but
Brian
we
can
can
join
still
the
chat, okay?
Hi,
We
Enrique.
can
How
still chat.
are
Hi,
you?
Enrique.
Hey, Peter. Nice to
I
see
miss
you
you.
here.
I miss you. I
Wonderful.
wish I was there with you.
I miss you too. I mean, Miss Grand International and Peter, both of them just go together. So I hope you're here next year.
I will be there. Promise.
In
I'll be there.
Vietnam. Yeah,
People.
Vietnam. That's wonderful. Now, Henrique, to those of you who do not know, to people out there who do not know you, please introduce yourself. Say something a little about yourself, please.
All right. My name is Henrique. I've been running the Global Beauties website since 1998. And I'm also the national director for Brazil here in Miss Grand International, Miss World, Miss Supranational, and some other pageants. So yeah, we've been covering Miss Grand International since the very beginning. First, it was Edwin Dominguez, who was my partner, and I've been doing it in the last few years. Yeah, so we saw Miss Grand when it was born and developing to what it has become today.
And of course, as we know, Brazil has been sending amazing, outstanding delegates
Thank you.
since Henrique became the national
Oh,
director.
this could be your year,
this
Enrique.
year's
Ooh, we're
Brazilian
hoping for
candidate
it.
is
It
not an
has to be.
exception.
Yes.
It has to be. I thought it was going to be last year, but
Isabella
you know.
is killing every competition, let me tell you. So I think Brazil is pretty much in everyone's top three, at least top
You got
three.
my vote, Enrique.
Yes.
You got my vote. You got my
Thank you.
vote.
Yeah.
You are
So
my good friend.
so Enrique and Summer
Yeah.
are actually covering the pageant on the ground. They're both in Jakarta and they have met, I believe. Yeah.
Yes, we have.
Yeah.
Hi, Enrique.
She's doing an excellent job.
Oh, you're so kind. Only if you knew.
I know. I know. I know.
You guys initially met in Poland for Miss Supranational, I believe, right? Is that right?
Who?
You and Summer met for the first time. in
I
Poland.
don't remember you in Poland somewhere, to be honest with you. I think we've met for the first time here.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. So I thought it was very cute of Summer to record a video of you giving a shout out to me. I thought that was really nice and cute. So wonderful. So what, Enrique, this is not the first time that you've been to Indonesia, right? You've been to Miss World 2013 there?
I was here in 2013 in Bali. You remember when the whole situation happened and we could not move from Bali to
Right.
Jakarta.
Yes.
So now I am in Jakarta and I am very surprised with the city. It's a great city, very modern. The people here are so nice and hospitable. You know, they get out of their way to help you and to give you information or to make your day better. So I'm really having a great time here.
That's wonderful. That's great. I believe, I heard that Jakarta is actually sinking. Did you guys know that?
Yes. Yeah, there's
And
talks
they're
about them moving the city. Yeah.
They're moving.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, they're moving the capital. They're moving the capital to the other side of the island, I believe.
It's like a
I
10,
didn't know
10
that.
billion project.
Yeah.
$10
Yes,
billion
exactly.
project.
Oh.
Yeah, so the city is sinking. I mean, I think we're all sinking anyways. So,
Oh, Lord,
Summer and
yeah.
Enrique, have you guys had your breakfast?
No, actually,
I did. I just had breakfast with Miss Venezuela.
Okay.
And yeah, she's a great person, not only a beautiful young woman, but very pleasant, to talk. And she's funny. And we were talking about yesterday, and she's okay. She's very confident with what she did. And I think she did quite well as well. There is a lot of pressure on her because, taking this opportunity, like last minute, someone who was in Miss Universe carrying the Miss Venezuela sash and then coming to Grand, I can only imagine what is going through her mind. But I think she's doing a very, very good job. And I just told her that.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we love Venezuela. I don't think a pageant will be complete without Venezuela anyway.
Mhm.
We're always looking forward to Venezuela.
Exactly.
Yeah, reading some of the comments. Okay. Enrique, some people hate you.
I know, it's okay.
You know you're doing something right when someone hates you.
Yeah, especially some Miss Earth fanatics.
Oh, yeah.
Earthlings.
No wonder he doesn't want to show his face here. Global Beauties has lots of haters on social media. I think we know
okay.
that. That's okay.
But
That's
there are a
okay.
lot of people who love Global Beauties and who follow us, for the credibility that we have. And and that's it. There will always be people who will like you, and people who don't like you. And even speaking of Miss Earth or the Filipinos, I love the Filipinos. I have many friends from the Philippines, great people. I have contestants who have participated in pageants in the Philippines, and they just love the country. They mention how similar Brazilians and Filipinos are. So from my side, I love you guys. Okay, so I have no problem.
And by the way, Brazilian models are very in demand in the Philippines.
I know.
They are. Yeah, it's a good market for Brazilian models, which is great.
And
Yeah.
by the way, I really miss Noemi here.
Oh, there you
she
go.
did such a great
miss
job as the
you.
national director of Cuba. And Liz Garcia, if I'm not mistaken, was discovered by her. And Liz
Mhm.
is like the Miss Grand International that now it really trusts. She's
Yeah.
wonderful. We have been talking, and she's so kind to the girls. If you all watch the interviews, she's that kind of judge that is looking in the contestants' eyes as they're talking, and so they feel confident and they feel like there is someone there who really cares. So you did an amazing job, Noemi. You're
Ay,
missed here.
gracias. Thank you. That means so much from you. You have no idea. And God knows, things could, change. You never know. The door was always open with Miss Grand International.
Right.
And, you never know. Lo que da la vida, tú sabes.
Exactly. Disclaimer.
Exactly.
This is a very important disclaimer. Just to let you know, Noemi did not send the Cuban delegate this year. Okay. No, it has nothing to do with Miss Grand Cuba this year. Okay. And we can talk more about Miss Grand Cuba as we progress. Enrique, by the way, have you met George from the Pageant Empress?
I'm a huge
George,
fan.
I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. But I
Yeah.
have to say, I'm a huge fan of Global Beauties. It's my favorite beauty pageant portal website. I trust them
Thank you.
with the prediction, with the updates. I think it's very unbiased. And I don't see like other pageant pages or websites doing that. So I just want you to know, there might be haters, but I'm one of your loyal fans. And I'm so happy that
No,
you're part of
and
this
you know what?
having a
We will
fanboy
always
moment.
have haters. And it's okay. We just need to know how to live with it and to get the criticism, and it's fine. It's fine. And Rafa knows, for example, our Super 11, also Antonio, both are judges, and they know after they vote that I show them how they voted. Everything is very clear, so there is no
Transparent,
bias.
yeah.
We are not trying to protect or to put anyone down. It's up to them.
Exactly.
I just want
And-
you to know that
Thank you, George. I hope I can meet you. Are you here in Indonesia?
I'm in Thailand, but hopefully
Oh,
I
you're
get
in
to meet
Thailand.
you because you definitely inspired me to start my page. So I just want you to know that, and I'm
Thank
just
you so
happy
much. You're so
to have this
kind.
conversation with you. So thank you so much.
Oh, I
Thank
love
you.
this group so much.
And Enrique, have you met Roger from the Pageant Nerd?
Roger, no, we haven't met, right, Roger?
Okay, introduce
No,
yourself.
we haven't. But
Nice to meet
likewise, being a pageant follower for many decades, it really has been Global Beauties and Critical Beauty that I've been following before social media was a thing. So you've been,
That's true.
you guys have been pioneers. So I'm very honored to be in your company.
Wonderful. It's very nice to meet you.
Yeah, I think Global Beauties, Critical Beauty at that time, I think Mississology, Critical Beauty, Mississology, and Global Beauties were the
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Formerly
primary
Miss Universe critic.
pageant. Formerly, my
That's right,
website formerly
yes.
called
Yes.
Miss Universe Critic, but I extended to other pageants, so that's why I dropped
Right.
Universe, and now it's all Critical Beauty. So yeah, but when I look back at history, like 22 years ago, maybe a long time ago,
Yeah, you, me, and Enrique have known each other for 22 years.
pretty much,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's a long time, and
We're
then when I-
pageant elders.
we're senior citizens. I can't believe it. We're old.
I'm sorry, but I was 9 years old, okay? I remember.
Nice try. Nice try.
Yeah, but see, it's interesting because I mean, to those younger vloggers and pageant webmasters, like for example,
Right.
George from the Pageant Empress. George, let me ask you a question. What do you think, what sets, let's say, Global Beauties, Critical Beauty, Mississology apart from the younger pageant websites?
I think the one biggest difference would be the fact you guys actually go to the site, you go to the host country to update daily about what's happening. You do a live stream, and as someone who is obsessed, like you can see, I'm always on my phone. I am always there. If you're going live, I'm there to watch what the girls are doing. So I think that's one thing I really appreciate about Global Beauty and other some of the pageant pages, the one who are credible, is that they are always there to show off their unbiased opinion, and also always there to greet the girls in the morning and saying, hey, good morning, girls. How's your day? Or going through rehearsals. And I remember, I think Crown Sisters too, she was live, if I'm not wrong, after the rehearsals at like 11 p.m., waiting there for the girls. And I thought, I couldn't do that. I'm so sorry. Like, for me, I did not have the patience to wait so many hours to just wait for the girls at 11 p.m. And just to greet them for 1 minute. So I appreciate those things, those little abilities like Global Beauty does. That's why I'm here. He's the reason I'm here. So thank you so much once again.
Yeah.
George, I must say something. One thing that I really like about Miss Grand International is that now it is really open, to all those pages, all those accounts on Instagram. Right now, we see people coming from Puerto Rico, from the US, from the Philippines to cover the event, and they have access to the contestants as they don't, for example, in Miss Universe or in Miss World. And this is really, really nice. He understands that the fans are the ones that, really support the pageants, and that's why they are really still alive. Let me put it this way. So it's very important.
That's one. Yeah, that's so true, because I think, in a way, as a pageant elder, we have this responsibility or duty, perhaps, to guide the younger ones, the younger pageant bloggers, to the right direction, so to speak. Because when I read some of this stuff that I see, especially now with the advent of social media, it's horrific. I mean, it's just a lot of horrible, hateful stuff going on, which we didn't used to have before social media came to existence. So that's one thing that we need to sort of like teach them.
I mean, we were living in a different world then, I mean, the forum, it was bad in the forum before. Now in social media, I would say it's the same.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
People need to be censored.
I just think also in the absence of there's not a full-time pageant media that travels the world like they do with sporting events and things like that. So it's nice that Miss Grand is appreciating the fans, because they're the proxy, journalists, if you like. I mean, and background, I studied journalism at university, so that's why I wanted to do, and inspired by the likes of Global Beauties and Critical Beauty, to actually be a reporter, if you like, and not just necessarily to be giving opinions. Opinions are great, but to actually talk about things in a bit of a deeper level. And that's really important to, have that variety of commentary, and not just, as you were saying, Rafa, just toxicity and, negativity. It's just about, actually being a bit more factual and objective.
Exactly.
Last year when Miss Grand International ended, Jessica Newton from Peru, she was sitting next to me, and there were like hundreds of people with their microphones, interviewing the girls, and she was like, wow, oh my God, even CNN is here. And then her assistant, Luti, he looked closer and he says, no, mi amor, this is CNN Queen. So it was one of the pages. But it's very cool. It's very nice, to see all those young people covering the event, and that's why Miss Grand is growing so much, because when you have hundreds of accounts following it and covering the event, of course, it's going to help with the numbers as well.
That is so true. Guess who joined us?
Yes.
Brian, Javier. Brian, would you like to say something about yourself to the world who don't know you?
Sure. I'm Brian Javier. I'm a pageant analyst. I used to be a member on Missology along with Phil and Rafa.
I was never part of Missology.
Lies.
I was the original pageant critic. Okay, let everybody know that. Everybody else is a poor imitation of me. Kidding. Love you all.
Thought I was doing something wrong. And yeah, I'm excited to be here. I was actually editing my final prediction. And when I heard Henrique was going to be here, I was like, okay, a little bit more tempted to come, because yeah, I think he would really like my final prediction.
Oh, wow. I can't wait.
He knows mine already, so.
I think you would love all our prediction.
I think like Lizzo says, it's about damn time.
Damn time, exactly.
Oh my God.
Interesting,
Don't make me nervous. Come on.
Yeah.
Even more nervous.
Brian and I met for the first time in Atlanta during Miss Universe 2019. We sat right next to each other doing the national costume presentation. And you were wearing a white suit, very, very tight bodied suit, white suit, and shimmering, glittering pair of ballet slippers or shoes, whatever.
Yes.
This guy's so cool, dude.
And we were all crammed in that tiny space.
That's why I said Atlanta, what a shit show.
You're right.
Oh yeah, yeah, totally. All right, so so everybody's back. So I think we're all complete now. All right, let's move on. All right, should we start with the top 20? Who wants to go first with the top 20? Okay, fine, I'll go first.
Everyone's like, never mind.
You know what?
How do you want to say it? You want to say from 20 to 1, or maybe first from 11 to 20?
Let's
Yeah, I
just,
would say 11 to 20.
in random order. In random order.
11 to 20.
Yeah, it could be. You want 11 to 20? Okay.
Mhm.
All right, let's do it from 11 to 20. You know, it's very, very tough this year because even though there are only 6 to 8 candidates, my God, I have at least top 35.
Me too, 35. I count 35. Yeah.
You know, it's just, I mean, how do you even choose?
Yeah.
And then when I think about it, okay, well, I'm not covering the pageant on the ground. Henrique, Summer, they're covering the pageant. They have personal, direct relationship with the girls. They meet them face to face. They have observed how they interact with the other contestants, with the staff, with the chaperones, with the fans. Exactly, that is a big, big factor. So all those people who are not in Indonesia, who have made their lists, that list probably will change tonight after Summer and Henrique's evaluation. I bet you, because they're there on the ground. Okay, you guys, both of you are on the ground. You know exactly what's going on, and we can only see what's happening on the internet. That's it, on Instagram and social accounts. All right, let me start. You know what? This first country was not on my list, but after her amazing preliminary performance, Costa Rica made my list in top 20. Followed by, and I'm not saying this because I'm an American, but USA had an amazing performance. In the beginning, I thought she was kind of like a little stiff, a little, what's the word? Yeah, she was not really a beauty queen. She doesn't scream beauty queen to me. She screams like a model because she's so tall.
Yeah, very tall.
And very elegant. But you know what? She slayed the evening gown competition and the swimsuit competition, and the girls love her. You know, and she spoke in Thai during the preliminary interviews. And Nawat and Teresa loved her for attempting to speak in Thai. So USA made my top 20 list, followed by Australia.
Yeah.
Okay, so Australia made my top 20. Very, very tough again, because I wasn't exactly sure whether Amber was going to be a hit. But my only comment, one of the most beautiful faces in the competition, I did not particularly like her evening gown choice because I thought beautiful styling, beautiful design, but her slit was awfully too high. And not only
there were a lot of high slits.
There were a lot of girls who wore high slits. And this is what I find ironic. It takes place in Jakarta. The country is predominantly Muslim. They did not have a traditional swimsuit competition, but yet you have all these stunning girls wearing beautiful gowns with high slits, and you could almost see their vajayjays. So I'm sorry, you know, I mean, that would probably offend some of the religious Muslims watching the show, because some of these gowns really expose some of their parts that they're not supposed to expose, right? But anyway, Australia is definitely in my top 20. She's amazing. Another girl, which was not on my list, but she moved up, Cambodia. I was teetering between Cambodia and Myanmar, but I chose Cambodia because I thought her performance was better. Another girl, not in my original top 20, Spain, but after her performance, she made it. And Spain, by the way, is actually Cuban, right? She's Cuban.
Yes, she was born in Cuba.
Yeah,
she was born in Cuba. Okay. Followed by, another hard, Uganda. I don't know if you guys love Uganda, but I love Uganda. I love her gown.
I love
Keep an eye on Uganda.
I
Yeah.
love
Yeah.
her stage projection. I mean, she was tall. She was very regal. I mean, she made the right moves. Her facial expressions are amazing. She knows how to play the camera angles and stuff. So I'm happy for Uganda. This girl, Latina, was not on my original list, but I'm going to include her anyway, Dominican Republic.
Yep.
She blew me away. She blew me away. It was between her and Colombia. Colombia was on my list, but I removed Colombia and replaced her with Dominican. I'm sorry, Colombians. I know you love your girl, but for some reason, I think Colombia's
We got to disagree there, Rafa.
Yeah.
I know, but
Which
you know
Thanks
one
for
of the
what?
coming,
standouts in the
Brian.
prelims?
I don't know.
Yep,
I
you're
think
right.
she's
Yep.
one of. I think one thing that goes against Colombia is her age. She's one of the oldest. She's 28. So I'm not sure if Nawat would actually work with somebody who's a gal who's older than 26. I don't know. It's just my opinion. You know.
No, Abina was 28 when she won,
Yeah.
so I don't
Oh,
think
yeah,
it's
she was
an
old.
issue, yeah.
You know, it's older.
She was
Yeah, put Colombia back on your list.
Hey, not
Put
old.
Colombia
I'm
back on your
28.
list.
let's increase the age to 40.
Wow.
like the Universal Woman pageant. Okay.
Rafa, does that give you time to transition and compete or no?
I don't know. I don't think so. No. All right. So Dominican Republic followed by the Netherlands. I don't know if Netherlands made your list, but I had a chance to interview Netherlands, Marit Bates. She's so sweet. Her preliminary interviews was on point. She had amazing personality. She knows how to talk. Perfect. I was a little disappointed with her evening gown choice,
Yeah.
but nevertheless, it was her stage presence that made me include her back in the top 20. Followed by, even though I really don't like her in the beginning, Vietnam. She doesn't have the most beautiful face among the Asian girls, but she was strong, and then she actually hit the right points. Now, topping off is Puerto Rico. Sorry, Puerto Rican. Sorry, Brian, but something about Oksana. I think she's more Russian than she is Puerto Rican.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, so she's Russian. She was born in Russia. She was adopted by Puerto Rican parents. And then, but I think the Russian girl is more Puerto Rican than Oksana is. I think. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, so those are my top 20 so far. Costa Rica, USA, Australia, Cambodia, Spain, Uganda, Dominican Republic, Netherlands, Vietnam, Puerto Rico. Who's next? Antonio, mi amor.
Perfect. I can be next. Okay, guys, just to let you know something that we forgot to mention that I really love about this pageant, we could watch the interviews. And that's changed, because something I like about interviews, you could see how the personality of the girls, but also you could see who the organization likes. And that helps you a lot. They make comments and then you can see, they like this one.
Yeah.
So they ask a lot of questions to the girls that they like. And it's funny, the girls that they didn't like, it was like, okay, last question. Remember, he was screaming, okay, last question. So I was feeling kind of bad. However, this is my top 20, 11 to 20 in alphabetic order, okay? So it's Australia, agree, gorgeous face, she's amazing. Cambodia too, I have it there. She's one of the strongest for Asia. She's a beautiful personality. My girl Ecuador is third. I kick it out after her mistake. I don't know if you saw the mistake that she did, but when I saw the interview, they love her. So I'm pretty sure she will be in that top 20. Ghana, number 4. I think that she's, she great personality, and she's trained by Miss Grand International 2020.
Abina.
Guatemala, I love Guatemala, and she has improved a lot. Laos, I don't know why people don't mention Laos. I love Laos, and I think she will be in top 20.
And I think they love Laos. I have this feeling.
Exactly. They really like Laos. The Netherlands too, Rafa, agree with you. She has a gorgeous face, but personality.
Yes.
Her personality. I almost put her in my top 10. Pakistan, I don't know why nobody mentioned. She has a beautiful eyes. She speaks very well. I think that she will be great in Miss Earth, to be honest. Philippines is also in my top 20. Beautiful interview. I wasn't in love with her in this preliminary, but she did a very good interview. And the last one in my top 20 is the UK. That I think she has a beautiful personality. She killed in the national costume, and I think that she maybe be also in top 10. So that's my 11 to 20 in alphabetic order.
Great.
All right. Who wants to go next?
I'll go.
All right.
So for alphabetical order. So Cambodia, I think she has a great face. You know, with all these Southeast Asian countries being strong and participating well in pageants, I wouldn't even wonder if, wouldn't be surprised if, well, you know, the SEA Games, right? The Southeast Asian Games that they held every 2 years. Pretty sure they will have a pageant for that soon. um, I would say Colombia. I put in Colombia.
Mhm.
Curacao.
Curacao.
Mm-hmm. You know,
Curacao.
even Curacao. So even though, like, you know, there was some Twitter, you know, some chisme that she was late, I think she really killed it
She did.
in preliminaries. Indonesia one. Guatemala, I agree with Antonio. Netherlands will be there for
Let's
sure.
get ready for the Netherlands. Woohoo.
Yes. And Pakistan. Pakistan, I was like, wow. Like,
Yes.
you know, like you don't really hear Pakistan in pageants, and
She has one
she's,
of the most beautiful faces in the
yeah,
competition.
and she's representing Pakistan well.
Yeah.
Kudos. And she's really gonna do well in Miss Earth. I would say Philippines is in. It's sad that she doesn't have normal support of the Filipinos.
Gee,
But
I
she,
wonder why.
right? But she's fighting in South Africa. Mm-hmm.
Great.
Yep.
That's a good
That's it.
list. That's a
Yeah.
very
And
good list.
over that, I would actually like add to, like, I would not be surprised if like Russia and Ukraine will enter the
The last two girls standing, Ukraine and Russia.
yeah. Yeah,
that's
so that's my 11 to 20. Mhm.
Brian, you raise your hand. You're next, Brian. Go.
Before I start, I just want to say that when I do a prediction, I entail various things, and I'm sure you guys do as well as pageant analysts. But I take in consideration, sure, interview, politics, prelims, sure, marketing. MGI is very big on that. What benefits me as an organization? I also evaluate favoritism and insider info from what they see on the ground, like Rafa had said earlier. So mine is a little different. It was difficult. It was easier for me to make a top 10 than to finalize my top 20. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So 20, I have UK. 19, I have Dominican Republic. I think people are kind of sleeping on her. 18, I agree with you guys. Pakistan, probably one of the best performances overall in the preliminary. 17, South Africa. I was actually really, I guess I enjoyed her. I enjoyed watching her. She definitely needs to change that gown. It's too heavy. Probably not the best. A lot of girls chose the color gold, yellow. That would particularly it wouldn't have been my choice given the background that was chosen for the prelims. Everything was very gold, so I wouldn't have chose a white, a gold, a yellow, just because it kind of loses, the girl in that mess of color. And their graphics are amazing, by the way. So I don't really want to have my girl compete with that background. So would not choose yellow. National directors, Henrique, everyone that's over there, evaluate your stage. Look at the colors and decide if that's the right gown color to stand out.
Well, you wouldn't know,
something small, but it's
Brian.
important.
You wouldn't know what the background is going to look like, when you come to the competition. So you have to bring at least 5 different gowns, different colors, right?
Prepare 5 gowns.
Also, it's pretty typical. You know what colors usually organizations use. They use blues, they use reds, they use yellow.
But I must say that we were very lucky because Miss Brazil's national costume matched the pink in the the stage, and yesterday the gown as well. So I swear I didn't know anything about it.
No, the red tones with the gold, that worked because it was a contrast. But there's some girls that chose like just straight on yellow, straight on gold, and it kind of got lost in that like middle kind of like.
Totally agree with you.
That's what I mean by that. 16, I have Spain. She actually went down on my list.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's, for me, it was something about styling. I feel like the styling wasn't 100%. So if she changes that gown and that styling, that hair, I think she could do really well. 15, Philippines as well. I expected a lot from her, and I just felt like she didn't give me everything that I wanted, and what she gave me wasn't it wasn't with purpose. I felt like everything was maybe like an afterthought, like I gotta do this, I gotta do that. And that's something that a lot of girls did, and that's something that I don't particularly like. 14, I have Nigeria, Regal. You guys didn't mention her, but she's regal,
Yeah,
like
she's amazing. I love her.
queenly.
Yeah.
14, Guatemala. That woman is fighting for her spot. I can tell. Her interview, I enjoyed it a lot. And I can feel her fighting for that spot. 12, I have Peru. That woman's styling was absolutely amazing. That face, the girls should probably take some tips from her, because the face, the styling was just perfection.
Yep.
I didn't love her during the competition, so having her in 12 is kind of shocking for me. And last, I have 11, kind of like an underdog, India. I actually thought she did really good, and she looked really good. And she's a sweet girl, so that's what I have so
Yeah,
far.
India's in my top 30, but for some reason she didn't give me a lot of impact as the previous Indian delegates. All right, that's a good list, Brian. Thank you.
Yeah, very good.
All right, who's next? Who wants to go next? All right, George, go for it.
I feel like it's going to sound very similar, and I'm not trying to agree with every one of you. It's just that I guess we all like the same girls. So
Great
this will
minds
be in
think alike.
alphabetical order. Yes, great minds think alike. So this will be in alphabetical order, starting with Australia, Amber Sydney. Even though she is in my top 20, I don't think she is a Miss Grand type of girl. I think she's more of a Miss World type of delegate.
Correct.
Because if she doesn't win this one, I think she should go for Miss World, honestly speaking. Because she has great
She won't get
humanitarian
considered,
work.
unfortunately.
Yes.
Yeah, for
Oh,
world. Yeah, they're not going to
right.
consider her because she's already competed for another title, and the
Okay.
director don't really like pageant girls competing
Oh,
in other
that's
systems. So.
unfortunate.
loss.
But I really
Yeah.
liked her.
Yeah.
No, it's their loss.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
Yeah, they prefer virgins.
Tragic version,
You know what I
guys.
mean?
Anyway, talking about Australia's gown, I actually really liked it. I wish the color was a little bit more vibrant on the stage. I don't know if it was just me, but on my screen, it was a lot darker than on the picture. The picture was like so beautifully vibrant, lit, saturated orange. And I really love the touch of the Miss Grand logo, the 10th anniversary. I think that was a beautiful touch. So I really like that. Miss Dominican Republic. At the beginning, I was not a big fan of Dominican Republic, but her performance last night, she blew me away. I did not have her in my top 20 originally, but that hair, the flick, I was like, wow, she's a supermodel. She looks stunning.
Yes.
Not a big fan of the evening gown, but the sportswear out, like I had to cross someone out and replace her with Dominican Republic. She was that good. Myanmar. Fun fact: Myanmar was actually like she was born and raised in Thailand, so she speaks better Thai than Burmese.
No
Just a fun fact.
wonder. Okay.
Yes,
And
and
she
she
spoke
competed
Thai
in
during the
Miss Grand
interviews.
Thailand.
Okay.
Yes, this year with Engfa. So just a fun fact, she speaks better Thai. And she has competed a lot. I think this is her like 10th pageant. So like she has done a lot.
Good.
So I think she deserves at least a top 20 placement just based on how much she's like fighting for her position, because she competed in Miss Universe Thailand, I think Miss Thailand, Miss International Thailand, so many pageants and local pageants as well, like the Miss Grand provincial pageant, and she did not win most of them. So I think she deserves at least a top 20 placement just based on the fighting spirit she has. Next, Netherlands. I loved Netherlands. I loved her interview, especially. Did you guys notice Mr. Nawat was recording her? And you know, if he's recording someone, that means he likes that girl.
Yes.
So I was like, okay, she has to be in my top 20. Loved her personality, and they were actually having a genuine conversation regarding like how the Netherlands was. He has a friend there who like runs some, I don't know, like gold or jewelry shop, and I was like, okay, this girl will make it. I know she does not have a stash factor because it's a small European country, but I was like, I will put her because I love her personality. Who else? Philippines. I know Filipino fans, please do not attack me for putting her so low, but I just was expecting much more because I have seen her performance in Filipino, and I think she did better there than in the preliminary competition. And I was not a big fan of the evening gown. It was just too rigid. Like this part, it was like too tight. I think if she has a different gown choice for the finals, please change the gown. I think like the national pageant, I love the orange one.
She's been styled better
Vietnam.
before.
Yeah, the styling I think was.
Did you say Vietnam?
Yeah, Vietnam I have. The reason I have her is because she only had 3 days to prepare for the international pageant.
Yeah.
You guys know that, like, the national was so late. And to think that she only had 3 days to prepare, I think she did an excellent job. She did not mess up. And fun fact, she actually lost 15 kilograms just before the international pageant within 4 months. So I was like, body goals, like I could never, but body goals. Losing 15 kilograms.
She must have followed Miss Turque's diet.
No, I don't think it was the unhealthy
Oh
one.
my goodness.
Rafa.
Sorry.
And,
resist.
and I have to give a shout out to Vietnamese fans because they are like so loyal to Miss Grand International. Since Miss Queen won last year, they have been just on social media, always supporting their queens and just being so nice. And I just love the Vietnamese fans, and also Vietnamese men, love them, very handsome. Mexico, I know you guys have not mentioned Mexico, but I'm just blown away with her evening gown performance. That's why I wore this color green, because the gown was so beautiful. I love the embroidery, the hand details, and also the cape. I know like some people might not like it, but I was like, this is drama. This is Miss Grand International. Like, I want to see this. Like, give me that over the top, extremely extravagant, beautiful, bigger than life drama. And I was like, Mexico, she's someone I'm watching out for. She might even place top 10. Next, I have Costa Rica. I love Costa Rica. I know you guys have mentioned it too.
For Costa Rica.
Yeah, I love her hair. I would say she's not a good speaker, so that's why I didn't put her in top 10. Like, performance-wise, she was actually my top 10. But after the interview, I put her in top 20 because I was not impressed with her speaking skills. Guatemala, Andrea Radford, I love this girl. She's a fighter. When she says she does MMA, I was like, yes, definitely in. Like, what kind of beauty queen does like mixed martial arts? Like, I've never really seen a beauty queen who's ready to like punch someone in the face. I was like, that's
what did you say? Yeah.
So I was like, she has to be in my top. I would say the styling is a bit, I'm not really like keen on the styling, especially from Guatemala. I think that styling can be a bit tacky sometimes, but just the beauty queen alone, I think she's absolutely stunning. Very smart. She's a law student. No, I think she's a lawyer. Sorry. She has already graduated with a law background. Very smart, good at speaking. And I remember Miss Grand International, Liz Garcia. She actually complimented her during the judging. Did you guys notice?
Yes.
So I was like, immediately. Yep.
Okay. I love Guatemala too, but I think she needs more vitamin D because she looks so pale.
I was gonna say that if she tans and eliminates that red lipstick,
she looks like a ghost on stage,
way
especially
better.
with all the lighting and stuff and everything. That was a great list, George. Thank you.
I have two more. Sorry.
I have two more. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
Queen Lee. I love Nigeria. I think she's the strongest girl in the Africans. Love her walks. She looks like Naomi Campbell's. Fun fact, she actually won a runway challenge, which the girls did. I think it was day 2 of the event. It was like a dinner party. It was not like a big event. It was a dinner party, and they had a runway challenge, and she won the runway walk. So that shows that she has a good walk. Yeah, and that's it. So those are my top 20.
Thank you. Thank you, George. All right, let's go with Noemi.
Okay, so I went based by obviously the interview and their the little feedback that I got from Lise.
Okay.
So
please share.
So Netherlands. I loved her interview.
Yes.
Okay. I think she killed it in interview. She did. One that you guys haven't mentioned, Denmark. Her interview was good. She has a stunning face.
Yeah.
She looks like a Barbie doll.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, and I loved her story, how she shared her story in her interview. It was very touching. I felt that the interview flowed really well. And so she's one to watch. Spain I liked. Even though her interview wasn't that strong, I expected more in the interview. I was kind of disappointed. But again, you have to think about her age. She's very young.
Yes.
So I think
It
her
is.
age had a lot to do with maybe the maturity and how to handle that situation with the judges. But still, she's one of my top 20s. Dominican Republic, I really wasn't a fan of hers, but her performances have been really, really good. Side note, I don't know, and I'm not sure if she will be able to place top 10. But that's, you know, we gotta see. I wasn't a fan of her evening gown either. Even though it's beautiful, but for me personally, I felt like it was more for a red carpet than a pageant.
It was too much.
Okay, it was a little, yeah,
Many things
a little
going on.
too busy.
Yeah.
And then her side boob was coming out, and I was like,
I was
"Girl,
gonna say that. I
Yeah,
was gonna say
right.
that too. Yeah.
your friend want to come out?" Curacao. Okay. This girl, I met her when she competed in Miss Universe
2015.
in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
For me, she's grown a lot from when she competed in Miss Universe to now. I think she is more prepared, more mature. I felt like her interview went really, really well. She's been one that kind of creeped up really quietly. In the beginning, nobody was mentioning her. She was very quiet. And I was like, you got to be careful with the quiet ones. And then little by little, then everybody's seeing, oh, wait a minute, look at Curacao. So Curacao, keep an eye on her. One interview that I loved, Uganda. Uganda did an amazing interview.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say something. She was at least the only girl that I saw within, because I haven't seen all the interviews. I only saw until Puerto Rico, and then I had to go to bed because it was like 2:00 in the morning. She was the only one that said the reason why she was there.
Yeah.
And that's so important when you're in an interview, because you are there to apply for a job. So she was the only one that really advocated, and she gave her response. Like when she introduced herself, I feel like her experience with Miss World, I believe she competed at Miss World, really helped her with this interview, because she really presented her platform, what she wanted to do with her platform, and her goals, and what she wanted to really get out of the pageant. So Uganda, Laos is on my list, Cambodia, Pakistan. Pakistan's stunning face. Was not a fan of her dress last night. I felt like it made her look a little heavy.
Another
maybe
high
that's
slip.
because,
Yeah.
yeah.
Another high slip.
Yeah.
Noemi, her dress, doesn't it remind the dress that South Africa wore
South
in Miss
Africa.
Universe
Yep,
2020?
Yes.
That's exactly what I was going to say in the detail.
Without the gloves, yes.
Exactly.
Without the gloves.
That same look, yeah.
Same look. UK. Okay, I'm not a fan of her beauty. Okay.
I am.
You are.
Me too, I am.
Maybe she looks
Lovely.
better in
She's so
person than in
amazing.
camera. You know, that she might be that type that in camera she doesn't really translate, you know. But UK, as per the feedback that I've gotten, she's been really, really killing it during the whole week of her competition. So it's all about consistency. She's been very consistent. Ghana. I know everybody's like, what the hell with Ghana, with her singing and her little duck walk and
her extensions.
and her 20 million pounds of extensions. But as per the feedback that I'm getting, they like her. So I see her there. A few other mentions like Mexico. Not a fan of her beauty. I think she's a pretty girl, but I loved her evening gown, even though it was a copy of somebody else's evening gown in Puerto Rico. Thank you. But just saying, be original. I liked Colombia, and I liked her interview as well. She has competed in the Miss USA system, and especially at Miss Texas. And if we follow Miss USA, you know that Texas is a really, really hard pageant, state pageant to win. But if
How
you're
did she do in Miss Texas USA? Do you guys know?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I
Yeah.
have no idea, but
I've
she
never heard
did
of her until
compete.
she competed in Miss Grand now.
Yeah, she
All right.
competed in Miss Texas USA. So I felt like her interview was really, really good.
Let me Google
Those are you know, I Vietnam, maybe Philippines, maybe Ecuador. I like Paraguay, maybe. I felt like I don't feel consistency with Paraguay.
Right.
Yes.
The
Okay.
interview.
Yeah, the interview was great, but then I'm not seeing
No,
like,
Oh, what's
it
bad?
wasn't.
Oh, she gave one of the worst interviews.
I mean, her story was good, but I felt like
But then
she
she
could have
got lost.
she could have like developed it more.
Right. But she's
but
super
she's-
beautiful.
Yeah, but she's stunning. She is so stunning. So those are mine. Venezuela is gonna be there because she's Venezuela. She's a very elegant woman.
Yeah.
That's all. The rest are the favorites, you know.
Right.
that
But
we
are
all
we
know.
mentioning all 20 or only from 11 to 20 right now?
No,
Yeah,
from
no, I mean,
11, but I just added a few just to,
Oh,
Alternate.
okay.
Sprinkle.
No, just to make sure.
yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that's my list.
Yeah, because it's
Good
really-
list.
it's
Very
really
good.
very, 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 very hard because there's so many. I feel bad for some of the girls that you have to eliminate only because you know you believe that she won't have a chance to advance, you know, in the finals. So it's very hard to be a judge, you know, especially with so many contestants. Let's
Colombia
go.
was only top 16 at Miss Texas.
Exactly.
Guys, just so that you know, Priscilla competed last year Miss Texas and she was in the
Yeah.
top 15.
Mhm.
Top
Oh,
15.
okay.
Okay.
The best in swimsuit. Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
Okay. There
Okay,
you
let's
go.
go with Roger, the pageant nerd.
Yes, I'll probably go through mine relatively quickly because I feel like I'm thankfully matching up with a lot of other people's thoughts. Let me start with some fun pageant nerd facts.
Love
Correct me
it.
if I'm wrong, but there's only one country that's placed every year in
Puerto Rico.
There you go. Okay, that wasn't
Yeah.
so hard. Name the 5 countries that have placed 8 times.
So Brazil
5
is one.
countries.
4
Brazil.
countries.
What? I'm sorry, what was the question again?
4 countries that have placed 8 times in the 9
Brazil.
editions of Miss Grand.
Brazil.
Czech Republic.
Where do we go?
Thailand.
Thailand,
Thailand.
Thailand,
Brazil,
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 Hong Kong.
Hong Kong.
Dominican Republic.
Venezuela, and Australia.
Oh, Venezuela. Of course, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Right.
Interesting.
Mexico 7, Dominican Republic, and Indonesia 6. And anyway, the rest of them. Okay, let me get to my 11 to 20. Australia, this is alphabetical order. Costa Rica, Dominican Republic. I don't think anyone else has said Jamaica yet. I thought that she was quite, had
And
quite a
she's
nice
good.
presence in
She did
her
great.
sportswear.
Yeah.
I thought she made quite a nice impact. Netherlands, absolutely. Such a great personality. Pakistan, I'm kind of bummed that someone else had already mentioned Natasha Hubert from South Africa, because that was exactly what I was thinking. Her look, I mean, the dress didn't really occur to me, but her face, the eyes and everything, it was just,
Yep.
it was like a doppelganger.
Yeah.
Philippines, I felt like, you know, she's got a good shot. I thought her interview was nice, but a little understated, probably. I think she just needs to make a little bit more impact. Uganda, absolutely. Yeah, very much in agreement with what everyone else has been saying. Venezuela and Vietnam. So yeah, definitely nothing new.
Wonderful. That's a great list. Thanks, Roger. All right, let's go with Peter from the Pageant
Yeah.
Institute.
The other Aussie. Okay, I'm
other
not going to
Aussie.
rank it. I'm just going to give you the name. So Myanmar is in my top 20. No surprises there. Again, I'm also with Pakistan. You're right, Henrique. You're right, Roger. When she came out in evening gown, I was like, it's South Africa all over again. I've got Peru there. I absolutely love UK. Every time I see her, she has been on point every single time. Vietnam, I knew that she had a very short time to prepare, so I had to give her that spot at top 20 because she's really risen to the challenge. You know what? I wasn't going to put Uganda in here, but then when she came out in that evening gown and I remembered her interview, Naomi, you're right. So she's in my top 20. India, I wasn't looking at India before, but she's got the numbers behind her. And when she came out in sportswear in an evening gown, and she came out with all of that attitude, I thought, you know what, this girl's got fighting spirit.
Yes.
So she's got the
Mhm.
numbers to support her, and she's got the personality. She's also Australia's roommate. So and Amber's told me some amazing stuff about India. So yeah, I think spiritually, India, you're my girl. Netherlands, I was disappointed with her evening gown, but everything else she has been absolutely wonderful. And so I'm a big fan of hers. Mauritius is another one. I think she's probably one of the better Mauritian candidates that have graced the Miss Grand International stage. I think she's going to be quite a surprise. I
And Peter,
took
it's
notice,
so interesting that Mauritius also did so well in Mr. International. So it has been
right?
sending some great contestants
They
Yeah.
have been
to
sending
those
some
pageants.
excellent
Yeah.
And
contestants.
they have a great Miss Universe contestant as well this year.
Yeah,
Which is she's the
Right.
same
It's
that
the
committed in
it's the
Miss
same
Super,
girl,
right?
yeah. It's Alexandre
Wonderful.
Belletoile.
She's absolutely wonderful. Yeah.
Alexandre
yeah.
Belletoile, yeah, that's her name.
You know what? I'm also hoping against all hope. I'm hoping that she definitely makes top 20. Australia, of course, Amber. I think she's definitely the face of the competition. A lot of the experts are correct. I think she would have been better utilized in Miss World, where her energy probably would have been appreciated more. But she is also a fighter. She's a strategist. She's doing what she can in the competition. So I'm wishing her well, and I'm hoping she does well. Some notable mentions: Japan. She is
Yes.
so pretty. She's so pretty. I never really noticed her until the prelims.
She's
Such a
half
pretty
And
Filipino.
face.
Japan usually makes it here in Grand.
She
So
is so pretty.
Yeah.
She's half Filipino, by the way. Did you know that?
right,
Oh, is
yeah.
she?
Yeah, she
Is
is.
she okay? I wasn't aware of that. Spain, I put her in the top 20 and then I took her out and I put her back in and then I took her out again to make for way for Uganda. But Denmark, I really, really love her face as well. Really loved her face. But I just felt she was a little bit awkward on stage. And quite interesting, Naomi, that you would say that they really, really love Ghana and as well. I was going to put her in the top 20. I know they love her, but then they said the same thing about South Sudan back in the day when they competed in Vegas. Remember that, Rafa?
Mhm.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Everyone kept
Mhm.
saying, "Yeah, I love South
Yes.
Sudan, got her as," and she didn't even make the top 20. So
And she was
there's that.
devastated. Yeah,
She was devastated,
Yeah.
and because everybody was saying everybody loves you, you're going to make it, and she was a fan favorite, and they didn't put her in the top 20. So
Mhm.
You know what,
um
Peter? I would have put her in mine if she wouldn't have had all those gimmicky, like extra things, which were
the duck
unnecessary.
walk and all of this stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's already a beautiful girl. She didn't need all those gimmicky
correct.
Yeah.
actions and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's true.
there's actually a lot of strong girls that I wish I could put into the top 20, but then, as we know here in pageants, a lot of the stronger girls are going to need to sacrifice to put in maybe not as
Mhm.
strong girls so that you can frame the girls that they really want to win. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of
Mhm.
other girls out there that I've left out.
Mhm.
All right, Miss Summer, it's your turn, baby.
You are there. Yay.
Woohoo!
Oh, Tito Rafa, before I start, can I quickly say hi to this lovely guest of yours? Because I've never met them. I want to say hi to Noemi. Hello.
Yes. Hi. Nice to meet you.
Brown sisters.
Mhm.
Roger. Roger, finally, I saw you here. I saw you here.
Yes. No, it's lovely to be here with you.
Tito Rafa, for those who so just I've been following Roger for ages and his channel, and I've learned a lot from him even before I started a YouTube channel. And
Oh, it's very kind of you to say. And
behind
look
the
at you
scenes.
now, you're killing it. So congratulations. I'm very happy for you.
And George, hi. I'm a fan. I'm a big fan of yours.
Oh, thank you. I've actually saw you on the live stream of a Thai blogger. I'm not sure you know him, Pageant Insiders. I actually
Yes.
saw you on stage and I was like, oh, I remember her. She is the Crown Sisters, right? And I was like, she's in Indonesia for Miss Grand International. I was like, so happy to see you there. And to find out that you're part of this group chat, I was like, oh, I'm so happy
Oh,
because we'll get all the juices, all the insightful things we need. And I'm so happy you're here.
oh, thank you. And also, it's an honor to be with Henrique as well. Though I've met Henrique the other day, and thank you so much.
Summer, were you a beauty queen? Because you are so beautiful.
Beautiful, gorgeous. Yeah.
Honey.
Yeah.
Seriously.
It's really hard to be like this and to be beautiful.
You got it. You got it.
Love it.
Really hard to be beautiful.
Yeah.
Like
It is though.
It is.
Let me interject.
you guys are so good.
Summer just uploaded the first part of your interview with Nawad on your YouTube channel, Crown Sisters.
Yes, amazing.
And then did you not ask him if he thinks that you're beautiful? You asked him that
Yeah,
question,
you
right?
did.
But he did not answer. He did not give you a specific answer, did he? He
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
looked
you
at you
did.
and smiled.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
No, he did. It's like everybody is beautiful in their own way.
Because
Okay.
he was looking at her man. That's what he was doing.
Brian, stop it. All right. So we want your list from 20 to 11.
Okay. First and foremost, you know, Tito Rafa, how much I spend, so much time studying the girls, right? And I mean, George is not the only pageant nerd here. I also love studying the girls.
You're the
And,
pageant nerdette. There you go.
yeah. And to be honest, before I arrived in Indonesia three weeks ago, I thought I had already a perfect list, but I was so wrong. And this is
Why?
my head has been aching. And even this morning, 1 o'clock, we released our top 20. And if you've noticed, there were already like hundreds of views, but I unlisted it again because I went back and forth with 2 more candidates and my number one place, my number one candidate. I hope people would pick one. But okay, when I choose my top 20, I base it on it's of course overall performances and it's and their commercial value. Can I say that commercial value?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. But before that, may I mention the girls who I believe also deserves my top 20, who works really hard and yet they're not in my list. But I won't be surprised if they make the top 20 as well.
There's always
And-
surprises.
Yeah, and these girls are Ghana, of course, and she has these scene-stealing moments, and she likes this. But I think because Abina, her national director, maybe this is what she taught her to do, because you know she's good at this. And I was on the way back here last night. I was sitting with MJ Lastimosa, and they're quite close. And yeah, she told me that's how she trained her. I mean, to because if you're not the most, she's beautiful, but if you're not the most beautiful, you must compete against attention, other people.
Right.
Exactly. That's why she did the duck walk, and then she wore the ridiculous
That's
extensions. Yeah, to gain more
Yeah.
attention.
So I also have here Bolivia, she's amazing. Ecuador, oh, I'm sorry,
Ooh,
Antonio.
that's the first one.
No, the second one. I say it.
Yeah, that's right.
I know they're all sexy and beautiful, and I've been with them for every day for the last 3 weeks. You know, Costa Rica, she's super sexy. She's Michael's favorite girl. And El Salvador, oh my God. Singapore, Angola, Peru, Paraguay, the Netherlands, Honduras, and of course, the beautiful Pakistan. But here are my top 20 favorites. First, I have Australia. Her Pasarela last night was not perfect, but based on her overall performances, and she's a joy to be with. Her personality, I think that's one reason why she's here. I wish you get to know her more, and I think it's hard to ignore that kind of personality in the competition. And she's beautiful, naturally beautiful without makeup. And then I have Panama, Laura De Sanctis. At number 18, Mexico. Okay, there is a reason why I put Mexico here. She surprised me last night with her performance. But the past 2 weeks, she was not on my radar. In fact, my last 3-4 leaderboards, I didn't put her in my list. But also, I don't want to mention this, but I think sometimes it, just like what Brian said earlier, I mean, national directors have a influence.
Of course. Yeah.
And I know that Mr. Nawat have spent a lot of time in Latin America promoting Miss Grand International. He's been to Mexico. He talked with Telemundo and all that. Do you understand? So, and the national director also joined him on his trip. And number 17, okay, this lady, she was in my top 5, but now she's on my 17th spot. And I've been following her lifestyle blog for the last 5 years, even before she joined the pageant. She's from Czech Republic, Mariana Bekova.
Interesting.
Oh, wow.
Wow, that's shocking.
Escándalo.
Yeah.
She just me feel like
Wow.
What happened?
yeah. Oh, she's amazing and I love her to be. But I don't know, there are things that I can't mention here, but yes, she's
Like
my
what? Just spill the
Message
tea.
me later. Ooh.
Yeah.
Does she have
later.
bad breath? Does she have
No,
body
no.
odor? What?
Good work ethic. She's very professional. She's very approachable, and I love her. And I hope she makes the top 10. At number 16, I have Dominican Republic, and she's confident. She's calm. She's very classy lady, and on stage today, she moves like a winner. And number 15, I have Colombia.
Colombia, not Columbia. Colombia.
Oh yes, I'm sorry, Peter. Colombia. She's fluent both in English and Spanish, and she's back to my leaderboard after missing the last 2 leaderboards because she performed last night. You can tell, she delivered. Number 14, Guatemala. From my top 3 consistently, she's in my top 14. She's a model and a lawyer. She's also fluent in English and Spanish, and she's studying Thai as well. She's trying to imitate the proper Thai accent, and she's so popular here. And Vietnam. And George was right earlier. She had very little preparations, but I already know. I think they already know that she's going to be the winner with a very short period of time. No, she left on the first, I believe, 1st of October, and she's here already on the 3rd of October. So that quick. And she has a very good team behind her to make that happen. So I won't be surprised if Vietnam makes the top 10. At number 12, Vietnam, but I'm not sure if it's going to be a back-to-back finish for Vietnam. And yes, her evening gown yesterday was one of the best. I love her evening gown. And at number 12, United Kingdom, Sophia. I'm not always a fan of English beauty queens but United Kingdom delivered Last night she was her passerella was not perfect. You can tell I think she even tripped. But this is what I can tell you. Spending time with her every day, she's very popular among chaperones, among MGI staff, because she's one girl who's always on time, very professional, and she does her own hair and makeup every single day. I
That's
think,
important. Yeah.
yeah, and yeah, I love her. She's always available to talk to. And at number 11, I hope she makes the top 10, but she's on my 11th spot, the Philippines. Sorry?
Philippines is number 11. Okay.
But okay, someone mentioned about the gown. I know when I saw it the first time, I said, oh my God, we were quite close in the front. And I saw that gown is very underwhelming. But then,
Well, it doesn't look good on stage.
yes, it's so beautiful. If you see it closely, the silhouette, everything, it was very well made. I love it. I love her gown, and it's just it didn't register the same on screen,
Could have been
and
better. Yeah.
it's so beautiful. But last night before she hit the stage, she's very relaxed, and but I don't know why. Towards the end of the pageant, I had a clip of her, a little clip that she was like wiping her tears a little bit. Maybe she was overwhelmed with everything, that she realized, oh my God, finally it's over. I gave my all, and I think I hope she makes the top 10. But for now, she's on my 11th spot, and I don't think they will give her a win this year because we have a new franchise owner.
Is it the same guy who owns the Philippine franchise of Miss World, Arnolfo Vegafria?
That's right.
Arnolfo Vegafria.
So maybe they're gonna prepare her for Miss Universe, for something else. Yeah. Okay. That's it. That's my top 20.
Thank you. Enrique.
Enrique. Yay!
Okay, I have kill me because I have 42 names on my list. It's really, really hard. Really, really. I just want to mention one dark horse that I really think could be a surprise, and she is France. Okay.
Oh,
she
yes.
did a
Interesting.
very, very good interview.
Yes.
Agreed.
It was courageous, very honest. She
Mhm.
looks absolutely elegant in person. She has that special light. And yesterday, she put so much energy into her performance. You may say, okay, but it was not that good. It was not, as we see from contestants who really prepare in Latin America or in Asia. But she tried really hard, and it shows. And I have a feeling that they like her, and that she will be in the top 20. But I still have her as my number 21. All right. So she's my dark horse, and I think she could get in. Let's start by Vietnam. Of course, guys, she's gonna make it. Vietnam is gonna host next year.
Of course, given.
Maybe she's gonna make it by popular vote to the top 10 as well. I don't know, but and she's not bad. I didn't like her interview much. I know that she feels the pressure because Miss Grand International comes from Vietnam, but I think she's very pretty, and in national costume she did really well. And yesterday I think she did quite a good job as well. So I see Vietnam in the top 20. Then I wish I had Myanmar with that spot, but I picked Vietnam instead. Okay, I love Miss Myanmar, beauty, energy, everything. She's of course a possibility as well. Then Guatemala was very pretty. My friend Alex, he does an excellent job preparing queens in Guatemala, and he's been doing really, really well. Ivana Bachelor, he discovered and prepared her. Now she's going to Miss Universe. Let's see how she's going to do. But here she did really well. So I think she's going to be in. Then Ghana, I do think Ghana, sometimes she overdoes, all the moves and stuff, but she's so elegant, and she does it like it almost, I don't know how to explain, but even though it's a bit too much, she knows how to do it, and she's elegant and she's very pretty. We were watching her now during breakfast. She's lovely, lovely, very beautiful girl. I like her interview, very soft, and of course Abina is behind her and coaching her, and she knows what the pageant here expects. So, and by the way, Africa has done an excellent job. I couldn't have Uganda on my list, but she's also amazing, and Angola. But anyway, I think Ghana is going to be at least in the top 20. Australia, of course, Australia always makes it, and she's stunning. The face is one of the most beautiful faces here. I love the fact that she had a great national costume, and that goes to the UK as well, because those are countries that we don't expect to see fantastic national costume. So Peter, fantastic job. Your girl is amazing, and if she goes further than that, I'm gonna be very, very happy. But I think at least in the top 20 she's gonna be. Miss UK, of course. Rafa said something to me that I totally agree. She does remind me of Megan Young, somehow the face and the attitude. And everyone likes her here. She's very, very nice. Yesterday she came to thank us for the unofficial award for best national costume, which was fantastic. Indirectly, she was paying tribute to the pageant world, to Miss World as well with that. And she did it in such a creative and very, very nice. I really love her. She has the beauty, and she has Catherine, who was Miss Grand Wales, who's a great, great girl as her national director. And she's doing a great job. It's very difficult to do pageants in England and in the UK, and she's done it. And so I really hope that she's going to make it to the top 20 or even top 10. Colombia was someone that I didn't have on my list until yesterday, but then suddenly, actually, her national director came to me and said, "Why only Global Beauties doesn't have her in the Super 11?" And I said, first because we have only 11, and then because our judges didn't put her there. But then yesterday she did such a good job. I think she even deserves to be on that list. To me, she was one of the top 3 in evening gown. The evening gown was not really, it was risky, the color, orange, tones of orange, but it was so interesting, especially there. If you were there, when she came out, it was like, wow. She's done it. She risked and she did it. So I think she's going to be in the top 20 almost for sure. I have Costa Rica because I think of Miss Grand International. Her interview was not one of the best, but she performs really, really well on stage. She has the aura. She has a very nice personality. But again, it's difficult, I would say Costa Rica or Dominican Republic, who has all the attitude, all the stage presence, but I don't see her as beautiful as Costa Rica, for example. So it's difficult, but I would go here with Costa Rica. Then Peru, I cannot let Peru out. Peru has been very consistent, especially with her stage presence and projection. To me, she has one of the best catwalks in the competition. And she's, if I'm not mistaken, she won the top model of the world contest. And so she has the experience, and she has a great national director behind her, a great team.
Jessica
She's
Newton.
doing everything right.
Yes.
Yeah. And the national costume was very beautiful. I think the dress was nice as well. So I see Peru making the top 20. Cambodia is not only very good on stage, but she also has, like Miss Brazil the other day, she came with her and said, she calls me boss. Boss, look at Miss Cambodia. She's my friend. She's so lovely. She's wonderful. She's the girl that I really, really, really love here. And then she was like, oh my God, thank you. And she's like that, very sweet, very nice. And also, I feel like the staff and everyone likes her. I think she's going to be at least in the top 20, and she could make it to the top 10 through the popular voting as it happened last year. Okay. And finally, as number 11, I would go with Miss Netherlands. I really hope she can make it to the top 10.
Yes,
She has
me
one of
too.
the most beautiful faces. Her interview, in my opinion, one of the best.
The
But the
best.
only thing is that when it comes to stage performance, we expect a little bit more, you know.
Yeah.
But still, I love her. I love her. And I hope to see her doing well. Her national directors are amazing. They also, you know, do it with passion. And she's great. But
Robin and
it's difficult.
Stefan. Yeah.
Yes.
If you're
Yeah.
watching,
And if you
Robin-
allow me, just to say that one girl that I feel like is Argentina. She could be a surprise. Okay.
Really?
There's Honduras. Anyway, this is my list.
Mhm.
So from 11 to 20, this is my list.
So it's interesting because we have both Czech Republic. Well, I'm sure we have Czech Republic as one of our favorites, but the Netherlands, we all have the Netherlands in our list,
Mhm.
I think, right?
Right.
And the UK.
Yeah.
And the UK.
And then the UK. Mhm.
Yeah.
Exactly. Mhm.
So
Oh,
we have
Spain,
at least
Spain too.
Spain. Yeah, we have at least 4 strong.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Before we continue with, I just want to share something. Let me see. What do we think of Hong Kong?
Oh my God.
Hong Kong.
Oh Lord.
She did a great interview though.
Exactly.
She took sportswear very seriously, huh?
Yes.
Very much. She took it literally.
Love her.
Yeah. It's interesting because I don't know if you guys watched her interview, her
Yeah.
preliminary interviews. I thought she sounded very, very genuine, very sincere.
Yes.
And I like the fact that when a girl who is so sure that she doesn't have any chance of placing or winning goes to the pageant anyway, but
And
presents
just goes for it.
something much more interesting and you know, for the organization itself. And she actually wants to help MGI receive a Nobel Peace Prize.
Peace Prize.
someday.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Beautiful.
How grand and noble is that? So I admire you, Miss Hong Kong. Bravo, girl. Bravo. Although her evening gown sucks. Because she kept
Oh my
holding
God.
her tail. I don't know if you can tell the train.
Yeah.
But she was
Mhm. Yeah.
holding her train, you know, all along during the entire evening gown. But I think she's adorable. She's so much better than last year's gimmicky Miss Grand.
Oh,
Hong-
come on.
Miss
I
Grand
liked Hong Kong last year.
Sen Yen.
No.
Yeah, Sen Yen. I remember her name. Sen Yen. Hi. All right. Moving on to top 10. So, all right. So it's going to be what? From
So we
10 to
10.
9. From, yeah,
10 to 1?
10 to
And just
no.
get it done.
Yeah.
Get
get
it over
done?
and done with.
All right.
Let's just do it.
All
Get
right,
it
fine. Let's do
Agree.
it. Top 10. I'll start. Okay. Nigeria, UK, although I hope for a better placement for UK. Guatemala, although initially I didn't like her, but now she's grown on me. Philippines, only because they're probably going to offer the franchise to Arnold Zagafia. Venezuela.
Interesting.
Venezuela originally was my top 5, but she dropped to top 10 because for some reason, something about her face, especially her eyes,
Agree.
she
Yeah.
always looks very devious, as if she's plotting something.
Yeah.
When she looks at the camera, you know what I mean? So that was very annoying. Her gown was so. I mean, her stage presentation was great, but other than that, she comes across as somebody who's really a diva. He has this diva attitude. And remember when doing the preliminary interviews, Lise Garcia told her, I think you should return back to your country and become a movie star or an actress.
That's
I
not how
think
she's
she'll be a
meant to.
wonderful, amazing actress.
Yeah.
Guys, I just got an update. Apparently, Enrique, maybe you can find some info. Apparently, South Africa just passed out.
What?
Amber's just
Fainted?
messaged me, and yeah, apparently a few of the girls here are having a bit of a, are a little bit worried. Amber thinks they think she might be having a seizure of some sort.
Oh dear.
Really? Oh my
goodness.
God, I didn't know that.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Well, I hope
Breaking news.
I'm hoping she's all
she'll be
right.
fine. Maybe because she's too stressed out because of the
Yeah, maybe
rehearsals.
Mhm.
All
the
the
hours. Maybe
rehearsals.
she's exhausted. Poor thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, poor thing. Poor thing.
I would be.
But we
but
wish her well. We all wish her well.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, so yeah, Venezuela, Nigeria, UK, Guatemala, Philippines, Venezuela, entering the top 5. Not necessarily, in order, just random. I have Curacao. Curacao was in my top 20 originally, but after her amazing performance in the prelims, she skyrocketed to my top 5. Not just that, because of her Miss Universe experience as well, and she's improved her performance
Yeah.
tremendously. I'm including Indonesia in my top 5, not because she's the host country, but she's just amazing. Her performance has been very consistent from day one. She has been an amazing hostess to the contestants. And even though she has a bad skin, Summer, I think you mentioned her face is riddled with acne. She has a severe acne problem, I think, right? I mean, it's visible even on stage. I can see her bump on her cheek. It was
Poor
very
thing.
visible. It was very visible.
Yeah.
But she's gonna be there because she's just fabulous.
Right.
And then I have Czech Republic for some reason. She reminds me of Olivia Jordan, Miss USA 2015, who played second runner-up in Miss Universe.
Yeah.
True.
Exact body
I
type, hairstyle, shape of face, stage projection. But I think Czech Republic is much more elegant and sophisticated than Olivia Jordan. And then I have Thailand, only because she has a huge following. And if we're talking about politics and numbers, Thailand will make the top 5. Okay,
Mhm.
politics and numbers, social media, and of course Brazil. Nobody can miss Brazil. So those are my top 5, my top 10: Nigeria, UK, Guatemala, Philippines, Venezuela, and then top 5: Curacao, Indonesia, Czech Republic, Thailand, Brazil. Next, let's go with Antonio, mi amor.
Okay, perfect. Very quickly, top 10 in alphabetic order, like from 6 to 10. Dominican Republic, amazing performance, great body. Peru, she wasn't in my top, but she killed it last night, so amazing. Puerto Rico, she actually don't go down. I have her in my top 5, but here she didn't do very well, in my opinion. Sorry, Brian. Thailand, I hate her interview. I hate when she was just laughing. Hey, I go back to Thailand. I walk to Thailand. But again, politics, and she did well. Yeah, and she did well. But she did well in the preliminary. Venezuela to close my top 10. Yeah, I'm not a huge in love with her, but she will be there. My top 5 from forerunner-up to winner. Forerunner-up. Can I say that, Rafa? Right?
Well, fine, I guess. Sure.
Perfect. Yeah, let's do it. Let's finish it.
Let's do it.
Forerunner-up, Czech Republic. I like her, but I don't think she was very strong in the preliminary. Curacao is my third runner-up. Amazing.
Ooh,
Love her so
okay.
much. Indonesia is my second runner-up. Like great host, great girl, but yeah, I think that there's 2 girls stronger than her. First runner-up, nobody likes it. I mean, people have it only like top 20. I don't know why, but for me, Spain is my first runner-up. Why? Because Spain, the interview, she was so young. They were in love with her because she was so young. Like Nahuatl, remember that she was like, oh, she's only 18. And, she saw a lot of potential and she did great. And my Miss Grand International is Brazil. Henrique is your girl. Please, we need to have that winner. Thank you.
All right. Great list. All right, next, Phil. First, please flip your hair.
Top 10.
Let's
10 here.
do it.
Top 2.
Number 10, Vietnam. Number 9, I think she was originally like on my 25 after prelims. She went up Peru. I love the packaging. Number 8, she's coming in with such momentum, UK. Next would be Thailand, 7. Number 6, Puerto Rico. When she competed in Puerto Rico Universe, I really loved her.
She was first runner-up, right? I think, yeah.
Yeah, she was first runner-up. But then, like, hearing Grand, like, there's something missing. I don't know, maybe because you're right, maybe it's the Russian in her, but I don't know. It's kind of like she kind of like flatlined for me. Okay, so top 5, Venezuela. Third runner-up, Spain. Second runner-up, Nigeria. First runner-up, Czech Republic. And you're right, Rafa. She's like if Olivia Jordan competed in Miss Grand International. And Miss Grand International 2022 for me is Brazil. So there you go. And so there's like
Hey,
3.
3 for
Wow.
Brazil.
3 out of
Great.
3.
Next, Brian.
Let's do it. Number 10, Thailand. What can I say? She wowed us. But I agree with Antonio. That interview was just kind of like so awkward. It's very awkward. It was weird. Number 9, I have Colombia because actually, I believe her interview was good. Her national director wants to place. I can see the hunger on both
Right.
their ends. And she killed it. I think she was one of the best, if not the best, in prelims.
Yeah.
Then I have number 8, Vietnam. Now, this girl started off in the sashing ceremony. She seemed very nervous. And I could infer why. She only had days to prepare to go to Miss Grand. So she has evolved, in my opinion, and I see much more a confident woman. And I think she'll be in the top 10, especially, going to Vietnam next year. Why not? Why not give them that satisfaction of having her in the top 10? After that, I have someone that I actually really liked in Miss Universe, and I had her in front of me for a whole week. Venezuela, Luisette is absolutely stunning. I agree with Rafa. There's something in her eyes that just it seems like she's always planning something. And I see why Lee told her that she could be in novelas because she just has that antagonist face. So yeah, but I love her, and yeah, she's not. I don't know. I can't see her in the top 5, but we all know that Nawat does like her, so maybe who knows? Anything can happen. Then I have Curacao. Now, I always say it. You can't improvise experience, and clearly she has experience. She has gotten that experience and just gotten better and better and better since Miss Universe. And another girl I could see in the top 5, honestly. I really liked her a lot. I do believe that sometimes, same thing with Philippines and her, if you're going to do something, commit to it. And I feel like some of the facial movements, some of the movements in the prelims were a little bit, they didn't have purpose. They didn't feel like they had purpose. So if you're going to do something, do it, commit. Make it seem like, like that's what you really want to do. Top 5, 4th runner up, Indonesia. Now, I always look at host country girls in a different way. So what I do is I put my mindset and say, okay, if she was competing last year in where was it, in Thailand, when she was competing before in the other year in Venezuela, could they win? Could they be a 4th runner up? And I think she could. So that's why I have her in the 4th runner up spot. Apart from, they gotta prize Indonesia for the amazing pageant that they've done. And I feel like she just also deserves it. She's transformed. She really has. The acne thing, I get it. She's not used to makeup. It's something that kind of looks bad on stage, but hey, she's still stunning. She's still beautiful.
But you know what, Brian, sorry to interrupt, but I would think that since she's working with Ivan, who happens to be a cosmetic expert, I would think that he would have done something to better her skin.
That's something new. She didn't have her skin like that.
It could also be a hormonal
from
thing.
from the competition over. She used to not have her skin like that. So it must have been just, the stress, the pressure, the not sleeping, and the makeup, the constant makeup on her face every day. It must have been that. So it's probably something they haven't been able to like fix during the competition.
She might need medication if it's cystic acne.
Yeah.
'Cause I used
It
to
probably
have
is. It's looking strong. It's looking strong. After that, I have my number 4 is Mexico. I honestly believe she was the best in the prelims last night. She's such a sweet girl. Every time I've seen her in interviews, she's very relatable, likable. That youthfulness that seems to be something that MGI likes. I can see it in her. That evening gown, for me, she gave drama. She gave body. She gave beauty. And yeah, it's what we like at Miss Grand. She gave it to you. The color, the green, perfection. Honestly, at this point, she probably has another gown. I wouldn't change it because I think that this was just excellence. After that, I have Puerto Rico. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit more about her. I love Oksana. I know Oksana. The problem that happened last night is she's nervous.
She tripped, didn't she? Oh, she almost tripped.
Yeah, before they called her, she kind of like stumbled upon, but she recovered great. So I don't see that as something that would hinder her placement in the top 20. I believe she did just or more during the whole competition to place. So there's no doubt that anyone should be like, oh, she's not going to place. She has earned her spot to place, but she needs to get over those nerves. She needs to not doubt herself. She needs to put this all behind her, and she needs to give full force come the final night. If you notice, even when they were like the girls at the end of the group in sportswear, they were coming up. She stood there like for a second, just frozen. She was nervous. She was very nervous. She needs to get out of her head, erase this that happened, and give it all come the final night. If not, she won't make the top. She won't. So I'm hoping that does happen and she does make it. My first runner-up is Czech Republic. I have been in love with her since day one. I think she's played a really, really good competition. She seems sweet. Every single time that I've seen her, she looks approachable. She has that grand kind of aura. So yeah, now I'm a little worried with what you guys said, but anything can happen, right? We've been disappointed with Czech Republic various years already. So I'm preparing myself mentally already to be disappointed.
Actually, last year's Czech Republic was stunning. She was
everyone thought she was going to go further. She was my winner last year,
yeah.
and she didn't get into the top 5, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So that kind of sucks. And then my winner is Turkey. I'm joking.
Thanks.
Good choice. I'm sorry. Good job, Miss Turkey. But anyways, my winner is obviously Brazil.
You guys are scaring me. Come on.
I think I'm going to repeat what I said earlier in my YouTube video. I think that Henrique has done a good job every single year. Brazil has been classifying every single year, has been bringing a contestant that is MGI worthy. It hasn't happened yet, and I feel like this is the moment to have it. In terms of marketing, in terms of 10th anniversary, in terms of what could benefit the organization, you have a woman that just stands there and she's pure elegance. She gives you Jackie Kennedy vibes. She's just elegance. She is literally a queen. And all she needs is that crown. And I believe that, we have a Miss Grand. It's undeniable.
Wow. Thank you so much. My God.
I think if Brazil does not win this year, I think we should all protest. And
I agree.
I think, and we should also deluge Nawat's email with a petition to vote Henrique as the best national director of the pageant.
Rafa, in 2020, when Marjorie participated, people were like, can you get anyone better? And then we got Lala. Lala is out of this world.
Oh my God,
she's like absolutely amazing. And then, oh my God, we had Marjorie, we had Lala. Can you get better than that? Oh, Lorena, my God. And Lorena now, she prepares our queens, and she does such a great job. And by the way, Lorena coached the girl who just won Miss Earth Brazil.
Really?
She's really good. She studies the pageant, and she's been doing such an extraordinary job. Lorena is out of this world. And then, can you get anyone better than? But what can I get for next year? Seriously,
it's like you won't need to, because you're gonna have a Miss Grand. And by the way, the touch of evening gown, the little surprise, I thought it was just the right amount of like something different,
drama.
Even though enough drama. It was perfect. Would I change the gown? Of course, because she already did enough. But yeah, she's perfection. What can you say?
Yeah, Brazil.
Wait for her gown. Yeah. Wait for her
final gown.
Okay.
I'm excited.
Yeah, Brazil never runs out of beautiful women. I mean, the whole country is like filled with beautiful girls, beautiful women. So it's basically it boils down to preparing them, I guess, to international pageants. So that's good.
Enrique just needs to focus on the back-to-back now. That's it.
Yeah. All right. Next
Thank you,
one,
Brian.
George. Please, your turn.
Sure.
Woohoo!
Okay, fun fact. This year we're actually going to get crowns for the top 10, same as Miss
Yeah.
Fantastic. So all the girls will get a beautiful
Correct.
tiara, which I think is kind of amazing because I haven't seen that in any other international pageant. So because of that, I have 5 fifth runner-up because I think they're going to follow the same pattern as Miss Grand Thailand, where there was 5 fifth runner-up. So in no particular order,
Interesting.
Spain, I actually really think she's beautiful. She's statuesque. I think she's like 6 foot tall, beautiful, towering height. My only issue with Spain is the lack of energy. I don't know, it's like something happens when when she's on the still photo, she looks stunning, but when she's like walking, the energy just goes down. So I just want her to like have that, maybe just drink some vitamins or just have some energy drink, just go on the stage. But except that, I think she'll be there. I have Colombia. I love this girl. I think like usually I don't have Colombia and Miss Grand like list, but this year I was like, wow. She's not the most physically stunning lady, but when she opens her mouth, I'm immediately in love with her. She just speaks so well. And like you said, she joined a lot of American pageants, which clearly shows why she's so fluent in English. And I just love her communication skills. I think if she manages to get to the top 10, I think she could make it to the top 5 because there's a speech round in top 10 where all the girls have to prepare a speech. And I think she'll do excellent in that particular round. After Colombia, I have Mauritius. Okay, fun fact, Mauritius actually is leading in the Miss Popular vote at the moment in the official website.
Oh, really?
International. So I think if she
How
wins
could that
this,
be?
yeah, if she wins the Miss Popular vote, she goes directly to the top 10. And also I really like the preparation.
Who's voting? Who's voting for her though? The Vietnamese?
I don't know, but maybe have friends, family.
They bought it.
Amazing.
Hello. Of course they bought it. There aren't
But-
that many people in Mauritius.
I would. I'd buy it.
She's amazing.
I'd totally buy it.
And
Yeah,
Miss
why not?
Mauritius was prepared in Thailand, correct?
Yes.
correct. Yes.
Okay.
I was about to say that she actually went to Thailand physically for about 2 months and she prepared, she got her evening gown there, the passerella, everything done, and she actually speaks Thai. So I think Nawat was really impressed in the interview because she actually can communicate in Thai, which I know it's kind of sounding like a repeated pattern with MGI winners who have to speak Thai, but hey, like if you win, you have to spend about a year in Thailand anyway. So might as well learn the language. And I think she's doing amazing. She's definitely a dark horse in the competition, Miss Mauritius. I'm very impressed with her. After her, I have Peru. I always have Peru. I think Peru has one of the most beautiful women. I loved Peru since Miss
Gorgeous.
World.
Yeah.
I think 2004, if I'm not wrong. She had a beautiful dress, beautiful blue eyes, and Peru is stunning. She won top model of the world. Love her walk, everything stunning.
Yeah.
After Peru, I have Cambodia. I know you guys have Cambodia quite low in your list, but I think Cambodia could actually place in top 10 because once
I
again,
agree.
fans. Miss
Popular.
Grand International is
Correct.
Yep. Miss Grand International is all about social media. Whoever has
Yeah.
the highest likes, who's
Right.
getting support from
Exactly.
the country people.
Yeah.
It's Cambodia.
Mhm.
She's leading all these fan favorite fan votes. So I think she'll be there. And also her performance is actually really good. I personally think she's the best Cambodian delegate to be sent in Miss Grand International. I think she's that good. Who else? Okay, my top 5. It's very similar, so please don't come for me if it sounds the same. Fourth runner-up, Indonesia, Adina. I think she's so stunning. I'm so happy. Mr. Ivan picked her to send as the 10th anniversary delegate for Miss Grand International because she works good. And despite not knowing English fluently, I really like the way she actually commands the attention of the room. Like she speaks her heart despite the language barrier, which I really commend because let's be honest, English is not, the official language of a lot of the countries, especially in Latin America and Southeast Asia. So I do commend her for having that confidence to put herself out there. And despite being a host country, I think she deserves to be in the top 5. Next, I have third runner-up, Puerto Rico, Oksana Rivera. I actually had her as my winner, like when she was, titled as Miss Grand Puerto Rico. However, she's slipping down and down my list because I'm not that impressed with her stage presence, her passerella. Something is lacking, like you guys said. I think it's the energy, the confidence is lacking. However, I do think she'll be in top 5 because Nawat loves Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico has always made like top 5, top 10, so I think she'll be there. And I think she has a great story because in the top 10 finalists, she can talk about, born in Russia and like moving to Puerto Rico. I think it's a great storyline, which would be amazing for the top 10 speech round. So Puerto Rico will be there. Second runner
And
up,
George, just a minute. Something interesting is that Puerto Rico has been the third runner-up on 4 occasions, if I'm not mistaken. So if you get it right, it's going to be the 5th.
I was just following the pattern.
Mhm.
Anyway, second runner-up, I have Thailand. And the reason I put her so high in the list is because she has 7 million followers on all her social media. And what Mr. Nawaz said in a recent video is he's looking for someone who will make his pageant popular. So I immediately said, you know what, Thailand has to make top 5. Yes, she may not be the best speaker in English, but you know what? That's not her official language. Thai people don't even speak English in their daily life. So I do recommend her that, she was trying her best to speak English. However, if she makes it the top 10 or top 5, which she will, she needs to use a Thai to English translator because she's so much more confident in Thai than in English. So that would be my comment for Miss Thailand, because she has gone through a lot of hardship. She had to be the breadwinner of her family since she's like 12 years old. So I do, commend her for all the hard work she has done. And I don't really care she cannot speak English. I think she'll be there, despite what people say. First runner-up, I have Czech Republic, and I love Mariana. I don't know, how she is behind the scene, but I love this girl. Every time I tag her in something, she replies with such lovely comments. So I hope whatever is going on behind the scene is not true, but she has great background. She has a master's degree in child philosophy. She has done a lot of philanthropic work in Bangladesh. She has built a school. She has done a yoga center in Bali, and also she has worked in Thailand. So I think overall, she has been very consistent. And I really enjoyed her interview. I think she had one of the best interviews, and I just loved her overall. So I really want to see Czech Republic in top maybe 3 or top 2. And the winner reveal is very obvious. My winner for Miss Grand International is
Turkey.
Brazil.
Singapore.
I vote.
Why not? Yes. So the reason I selected Brazil as my winner is I think it's about time they finally get the crown of Miss Grand International. You guys have said it. They have consistently placed in top 5. They have been sending stunning ladies, glamorous, and I think it's about time that Brazil wins the crown.
Thank you, George. Thank you so much.
She's overall the best delegate, and I was really upset when Lala did not win because I had her as a winner too. In every single pageant, I either have Puerto Rico or Brazil as a winner. So I think this is about time Brazil finally gets the crown after 50 years, she said in her interview, right? They haven't got
51 years, yeah. Last time was Miss World 1971.
Yeah,
long time ago.
I think you deserve it. So that's my top 10. Yeah.
You know
Thank
what?
you so much.
Those people that
Rafa, do you mind if I go next? Because I need to leave to the national director's
yeah,
lunch.
sure. Go ahead.
First of all, I'm going to say that in Miss Grand International, it's very difficult to pick a top 10 and top 5 because the top 5 really on the peace speech. Okay, so for example, take last year, Miss South Africa. She did so great. She was not expected to be in the top 5, and suddenly there she was. And then in 2020, you mentioned Denise, Miss Czech Republic. I don't know if you know that, but now he rehearses a lot with the girls, the peace speech, and he asks them to deliver the real speech. And he tried so many times with Denise, but maybe because of the language barrier, that there was a limit for her, and that was her limit. And they really loved her. She was probably the most stunning girl, but she couldn't make it to the top 5. They take it very seriously. So it depends on how they perform on the final, okay? But anyway, let me tell you my list. I have Spain, as many of you, I have Spain going up and down all the time, but I do like her. Vicente, her national director, is doing a very good job, and he's been dreaming of a top 5 spot. I would be very happy for him, but right now I see her in the top 10. Okay, it's going to depend if based on her interview, I'm not sure if she would move to the top 5, but she's charismatic, she's super nice, super sweet, and of course she's tall, she's beautiful, and I like her. Nigeria, my God, her elegance yesterday, she was like a real queen, and the dress, the pink dress, was very beautiful. Everything was amazing. And she was one of the girls who got most mentions by the other girls during the interviews. She's nice. They like her as well. I hope she makes it to the top 10, and who knows, maybe to the top 5. You never know. Then I have the Philippines, who I really, really love. I love her TikTok videos. You know, she's very creative. The girls also like her. Um, and I think she did really amazing in national costume. It was very interesting, the whole concept and how she portrayed it. And to me, it was like the second best after the UK. And during the preliminaries, she did everything right. I like her a lot, and I could easily picture her also in the top 5. Okay. Then Venezuela. Venezuela, someone mentioned that she has an attitude, but I'll be very honest with you. She's humble. She's super, super nice, approachable. And in person, she's much more beautiful than in pictures or on TV. I like her a lot. She could easily be in the top 5, and I even think she might be because, you know, she was a Miss Universe Venezuela. We know how much now it loves Venezuela. So, you know, even to encourage other girls who have won the Miss Venezuela title to be here, I don't know. I think she's going to do well. She feels the pressure. As I told you, I had breakfast with her. She's definitely feeling the pressure, you know, because she had to decide to come here like last minute when the original title holder gave up and decided not to come. And I think she's very courageous, and she did well. She did very well. Then, all right, let's move to Curacao. Oh my God, she's like Wilnelia 2.0, you know? She's
Really?
very, very beautiful. She's like a Caribbean goddess. I don't know. She's also much better in person, and from those who saw her in Miss Universe, they could see how she evolved. Her interview was excellent. I feel like she even calculates every, it's as if she calculated every move and she delivers it perfectly. You know, she's very, very, very sexy and absolutely stunning. I could even see her winning. Wouldn't it be fun to see like Brazil and Curacao holding hands like in Miss Universe 1968?
1968.
Possible.
Yes.
Yeah, it would be really nice. I really like her. I think, you know, Crown Alert, she could be the one, who knows. Indonesia is very charismatic. She does everything right. She is a beautiful woman. I love the way the girls love her. They were very, very courageous by mentioning her as the one they would like to see winning, because they were like giving a green light to the organizers, like saying, okay, if she wins, we are fine with that, you know. So she has it. And Ivan is a fantastic, fantastic national director. He really polished her up like perfectly. I see Indonesia doing really well. She could be the winner as well. Anyone here, honestly, in this list, it's very difficult from this point on. Then we have Puerto Rico. I'm not saying she's the third runner-up. She was one of my favorites to win the crown. She's been very consistent since the beginning. I don't agree that she looks Russian. I think she's so warm. You know, she's such a nice. I'm not saying that Russians are not nice people. Actually, Miss Russia is super nice, and she looked so beautiful in her national costume yesterday. I think it was not her best moment. And as you know, I am against the participation of Russia or Crimea or any of those countries right now in any event because of the circumstances. But I must say that Russia is a beautiful girl, very nice. And when we get here, although I know it's not about the girl, it's about the country participating, then it becomes about the girl. And it's like, oh my God, it's not her fault. But anyway, going back to Puerto Rico. So she doesn't, to me, she doesn't feel Russian in the sense of being cold or anything like that. She's very, very friendly, very smart, super beautiful, elegant. And she has a personality very similar to Isabella's in the sense that she's in control of her emotions. And, you know, it's as if nothing can affect her, and it's good. And she also has a very strong national organization backing her. Lots of people from Puerto Rico here. There is the chance that Puerto Rico is going to host Miss Grand International in a couple of years. And I like her a lot. If she wins, I'm going to be very happy for Puerto Rico. I was in Puerto Rico twice because of Miss World, and I really, really had like the best time. So I'm hoping Miss Grand is going to happen in Puerto Rico so I can go back there. And I love Puerto Rico, the contestant, the country, the people, everything about Puerto Rico. So I can see her doing really well, and she deserves, she gets it, okay? Then Czech Republic is my sentimental favorite. If they ask me the question, if Brazil were not to win, who would you vote for? Czech Republic. I find this, her interview was like a perfect 10. One of the best interviews I've ever seen. You know, she talked about how vulnerable she was as a child and how she moved to being this congenial person that she is today. She's so genuine. It's just good to be close to her, you know. And I think yesterday she performed just perfectly. I don't see anything wrong with her performance. Some people didn't like it. I loved it. People reacted to her when she came on stage. So I see Czech Republic as very strong, and if she could be holding hands with Brazil, I would be very happy as well. I'm not saying Brazil will be in the top 2. I can only hope. And then Thailand. Again, some people didn't like her interview, preliminary interview. I thought she was very cute because she doesn't have a very good command of the English language. But when she speaks English, her accent is very nice, very sweet. You know, when she smiles, you at least in my case, I was watching the interview with a smile on my face because she's a doll, you know, she's adorable. And of course, she's an actress, she's a singer, she has the followers. I believe for the organization, it would be good. It's the 10th edition and Thailand hasn't won yet. And I'm going to share something with you. I've been having this recurring dream that Brazil and Thailand are holding hands, and sometimes Thailand wins and sometimes Brazil wins. And I have a feeling that this could happen, you know, to have Brazil and Thailand in the top 2. And of course, you know, I'd love to see you talking about Brazil, but I love this girl. I was talking to some people in Brazil yesterday, and we were like wondering, is she the best Miss Brazil in all times? Because she's extraordinary and she's unanimous. You know, she is focused. Discipline is her last name. She's so kind. And again, nothing can affect her, nothing, bad comments or people who try to put her down. It just doesn't happen. She's always concerned. She just sent me a message here concerned about Miss South Africa. And she's like that, you know, she's good. And if you saw her story, her mom was a beauty queen. She participated in Miss International Brazil in 1990. And the dream was her mom. And it's so funny. She said, I came out of her belly and I started being coached to be a beauty queen. And she said, when I was 6, she would make my hair so big. My hair was bigger than me. So, you know, she's been like prepared for this moment. And she came back to Brazil only when she felt like she was ready. That was the moment. And she was supposed to go to Miss Universe, and then she decided to come to Grand because she said, I trust your organization. And so she picked Grand over Universe, and here she is. And she made the right decision. Of course, she's going to be with us. She's going to be Miss Grand Brazil family forever. But I hope she makes history, especially because right now in Brazil, no pageant is really standing out, you know, not even Miss Universe. So if she wins, Grand is going to become really grand in Brazil. And we are crossing our fingers. I hope you guys are right. You are so kind. Thank you so much. And let's see what's going to happen. But any of those girls could be the winner. It's going to depend on the final answer. It's going to depend on the peace speech. We cannot guess right now. It's impossible. We need to see what they're going to deliver in the final event.
Enrique, before you go, have you seen Crimea, Ukraine, or Russia interacting with each other?
No, really, I haven't.
So they're avoiding each other like plague.
and even with the Ukraine, of course not, but even among themselves, I don't see them sticking together, you know.
Okay.
And Russia is a very nice girl, super nice. That I can tell you.
Okay. Wonderful. Listen, thank you so much. We really appreciate your participating in this group, and have fun with the other national directors. And we will talk to each other soon. And good luck
you
to
in.
Miss Brazil.
Yes,
Good
good
luck.
luck, Enrique.
Thank
Miss
you. Thank you all so
too.
much. I really enjoyed
Yeah.
being here. Rafa, if you can give me all the contacts, I would love to be in contact with all of you guys. You're amazing.
We'll
You
do
do
it
an
again.
excellent job. I want to learn more about, you know, some of the pages that I don't know yet, but it's been a pleasure.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much.
So if,
Congrats.
yeah, so if Brazil wins Miss Grand International, yeah, we're gonna have a big fiesta,
Party.
a carnival.
Oh
Are
my
we
God.
going
All
to
going
Vietnam
to
next
Vietnam
year?
together.
If Brazil wins, are we gonna have a reunion in Vietnam?
Yeah, we should.
If Miss Brazil wins, I'm gonna be Clara Sosa fainting for sure. Okay.
But you're not gonna fake it though, right?
Oh.
No,
No, I
Enrique,
won't need to.
Enrique, I wanted to
Bye,
say that
guys.
you're
Thank you so
doing-
much. I'm the other predictions when I come back here. Okay.
Bye, Enrique.
Bye.
Bye. All right. Next one is Noemi, Miss Melendez. Oh, your doggy is so cute.
Doggy is here with some
Oh,
attention.
So
Yeah,
cute.
our babies need attention right now.
Exactly. So I have Tina here. So Tina and me are going to tell you the top 10.
Love
Right.
it.
Okay. So Tina says Uganda.
good choice.
Okay. Followed by Spain, Colombia. Okay. Pakistan.
Okay.
Okay. I feel that Pakistan, since she did a really good interview, I think that will help her propel her to top 10. Puerto Rico, Curacao, Czech Republic, Indonesia, Thailand, and Brazil. Now, since they're giving away 10 crowns, as Nawat has said, the purpose of this is to promote during the year. So whoever places in that top 10 and they are giving the crown are countries that Nawat knows that they, each and every one of these contestants will promote the brand and the message of Miss Grand during a whole year. So that top 10 is going to be very, very, it's not going to be a very easy top 10 or a usual top 10 as we've seen years prior. So this is like an inside information. So you guys understand that in that top 10, since they're giving the crowns, it will be based on how the girls will promote the brand. I have Colombia in there, but I'm not sure if she will be in that top 10 because of that, because Colombia doesn't live in Colombia. She lives in Texas.
Yeah.
I'm not
She's
sure
American.
if that will change, you know.
Pakistan also lives in America. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
Pakistan also. So those are two that I don't know if they will do, you know, they will give them that pass to top 10. Because again, that's what he wants to use those 10 girls. Those 10 girls will be staying an additional week after the pageant.
Is
So
that why he was asking in the interview where they were living?
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
That all
Yes.
makes sense now.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's the reason why he was asking about Brazil, you know, how the government and how they perceive pageants and all that stuff. The reason why is he's trying to get information because obviously he's not going to crown a girl where she's going to go back to the country and they won't be able to promote.
So no Russia.
Exactly. Or won't have the backing of, you know, of the country.
Sponsors and whatnot.
Exactly, sponsors and all of that. So everything has to do with a lot of marketing in this top 10. Top 5, you know, no, in random order. Brazil, Thailand, Indonesia, Czech Republic, and Curacao.
Yes.
Curacao is going to be kind of like I say the 5th spot for top 5 is going to be a bloodbath because Puerto Rico, I love Oksana. Okay, I love her story. I followed her since she started with Miss Puerto Rico Universe. For me in the prelim, I expected a little more, especially from Puerto Rico. I'm Puerto Rican, even though I hold the franchise for Cuba, but I always expect more. The dress, I felt like they better change that dress because I'm not going to have a heart attack. Because I'm expecting something and it was completely opposite of what they had told me. So I'm sure they will change the dress. Her speech needs to be, like I always told them, and I told the team from the beginning, Oksana cannot miss a beat in this competition because somebody else will creep in and will take her place.
Correct.
Immediately. So in that, and saying that, I had Puerto Rico in my top 5, but from what I'm going by from yesterday, or this morning, the prelims, I have her only in the top 10. Now, if she gives her speech and she kills it, change her dress, comes with more fire, and this is the problem. I need her to want it. Show me. Don't tell me what I want to hear. Show me. Kill it. Show it. This is the problem. Prelims is the competition, not the final night.
Exactly.
So if you need to bring it in the prelims, not leave everything for the finals. It drives me nuts from from Puerto Rico that they keep on doing the same BS. Bring it in the prelims. Bring it. Do not leave the best dress for the finals.
Correct.
Don't give me everything you got in the finals, because you know what? Now what already has who he wants already. He has his list. He already got it.
Yep.
So the only thing that will change is maybe during that top 5, the top 10 speeches, maybe something might change. But yeah, Curacao, be careful with Curacao because she could creep in that top 5.
Okay, so you have Brazil, Thailand, Czech Republic, Indonesia, Curacao.
Yeah, I'm not going to say who's going to win because
Top
I
5.
don't know.
Okay,
I don't know. It's going to be based on the last question.
Okay, so we have the same top 5. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Roger, please, your turn.
Awesome, thank you. It is, somewhat encouraging to know that I'm not completely out of whack with everyone else. I think.
Roger.
I think, there's a couple that are going to be slightly different to others, but anyway. So from 10 to 6, Puerto Rico, we've been just talking about her a lot. I just feel like, just watching prelims last night, the Latinas were so strong, and it was just one after the other, and it was just this onslaught, and I just couldn't, I just was so impressed with the quality, and I do feel like Oksana, is maybe not that sort of leader of the pack. Provided, who knows? She might pull a Stefania Fernandez and, come through on finals night. But I have her at the moment in 10th spot. Nigeria, number 9. I thought that she was so elegant and so striking, such amazing stage presence. Thailand, I thought that she also was very warm and very compelling. I really was enjoying her on stage performances. Interview is probably the challenge. And as Henrique said, Thailand has never won, and as we all know, there's never won Miss Grand. And as for a country that owns a pageant, it's actually very unusual. You think of Supranational, you think of Miss Earth. Often they reward the local girl with the title eventually. I don't think it's going to be this year, though. I've got Mexico and Colombia as 6 and 7. I thought that they were also extremely strong. Which position they're in, I'm not entirely sure. Moving into the top 5, I've got Curacao. I thought that I've been a huge fan of Kanisha since Miss Universe, and I was so excited when she was, announced as their contestant this year. So, and she exceeded my expectations. I thought that her performance in the prelims was incredible. That gown, even though I thought that maybe the color wasn't ideal for the setting, I thought that she was just so regal, and I thought that if she wears that or updates it for tonight, I think she's going to potentially do even better than the top 5, than the 4th runner-up that I've got her at the moment. Indonesia as 4th runner-up. I think all's been said that's been said. Host next year, defending champion, all of that. I don't think she's probably got in her to win, but she's definitely, will deserve a top 5 spot. Spain, I probably feel I'm a bit of an outlier here. I feel like, I know that, yes, her interview wasn't great, but I was really blown away by her stage presence last night. I thought that she just really made an impact. And yeah, maybe the styling isn't sort of your typical pageant styling with the hair back and everything, but yeah, I was impressed with her. She probably won't go much further than, the top 3. I think that'll be quite a good result for her if she gets that far. I'm just sounding like a broken record with everyone else. Czech Republic is my first runner-up. I had sort of vibes of Carolina, the current Miss World, as well. She's just got that sweetness, but not sweet in a kind of cutesy, like she's got, a presence and intelligence and everything that really makes you want to hear what she says. And I thought that was really, impressive. Even just the way that she was sitting in the prelims interview, she just, she wanted to be there. And I think that she has really demonstrated qualities that, obviously Europeans have not traditionally done well in Miss Grand. So who knows, maybe this will be the year. No surprises for my winner. I think it'll be so wonderful if Brazil does end up winning, because they have finished first runner-up in other major pageants so many times. And I know that they've won Miss Earth a couple of times, but they finished first runner-up at Miss Universe 6 times. Yeah, first runner-up at Miss Universe 6 times, Miss World, and Miss International as well. So they really deserve that breakthrough. So that would be where it's at. I'm so lucky to have been a part of this conversation, because I'm not as maybe privy to all the back discussions than what you guys are. But yeah, so that would be what I'm basing it on. Unfortunately, I do have to leave. I've got some other prior commitments, but I just wanted to stick around as long as I could. But that's my top 10.
Well, that's a
You're
great
amazing.
Thank you, Roger. We really appreciate you joining us in this.
My pleasure. Lovely
we will do it again. We'll do it again.
I would love that.
Enjoy the finals on the 25th.
Yes. Go Tuesday. All right. Thanks, everyone.
Have a wonderful day. Bye, Raj.
Rafa, I also have to leave because I have to get ready for work.
Okay, before we continue. Before we continue,
Miss Universe.
Mention the correct pronunciation of canary. Okay, it's not canary, it's canary. Canary in the coal mine. Okay, not canary.
Canary.
Brian, go.
I already did mine.
Oh, you did. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's right. Peter, sorry, Peter. Move it.
Okay.
But before Peter, guys, I'll see you later. Thank you so much for.
Bye, Brian. Thanks for joining.
See you, messenger.
See you, I'll see you later.
Hope to see you in NOLA.
In where?
NOLA.
Oh, I understood in Angola.
New Orleans.
New Orleans.
New Orleans, yes, and NOLA, yes.
Louisiana,
NOLA. Better be there. If not, you know what's coming.
And they better give up press credentials too.
They better.
Yes. Well, I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much, guys.
Have a good weekend.
Yeah.
All right, Peter, darling, your 10.
Yeah, so my top 10 in no particular order. I had put in Venezuela as one of them. And yes, there are people saying she's not that nice. I don't really care. I don't have to work with her. I don't need to know her. She's not my friend. Whatever. I don't need to be her friend. She looks good. She's entertaining on stage. That's all I'm asking for. So I've got her in my top 10. Curacao is also in my top 10. And I'm glad to actually have her there after I've heard everything that you guys have been saying as well.
Angola, you
Um,
said? Did you say
no,
Angola?
Curacao.
Oh,
Curacao.
Curacao.
Yeah.
Curacao.
Yeah.
Curacao.
Dominican Republic blew me away last night. As soon as she came out, I didn't really pay attention to her prior to the prelims, but every time she got on stage, wow. So she blew me away. Colombia blew me away as well. I thought out of the Latina, she was probably one of the best ones. Who else have I got? Mexico. Mexico was another one that I had up there in my top 10. Now, in terms of my top 5, I think there's going to be 2 Asians, 2 Latinas, and a European.
Yes.
So no African in your list. Venezuela, Curacao.
Not in the top, no, not in the top 10 for me, and not in the top 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think in my top 5, it'll be 2 Latinas, 2 Asians, and a
Same.
European. The
Same.
European will probably be my 4th runner-up.
Czech.
So Czech
Mhm.
Republic. I
Mhm.
think Olivia Jordan. Oh, I mean, I'm sorry. What's her name? Mariana.
Mariana
Mariana.
Bekoha.
Yeah, I think Mariana is unfortunately representing the wrong continent and the wrong country. I think if she was in the Americas, it'd probably be different. But I think in terms of market share and in general, I think the Europeans are a little bit nonchalant and a little bit
Yeah, they don't
just
care about
not
pageants.
interested in pageants anyway, unfortunately.
They're more into
Um,
Eurovision.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Indonesia's in my top 5. I think she'll probably be, yeah. Look, I'm not going to rank them, but she'll be in the top 5.
Mhm.
Thailand will also be there. She probably won't win. Like I've said to you guys
Mhm.
before, Thailand is kind of like the Miss USA, Miss Universe. You're second in
Mhm.
command anyway, and yeah, you're going to be up there. Puerto Rico.
PR.
I know she was she probably didn't perform as well as I had expected for the prelims, but she's been a hot favorite from the beginning. Everybody absolutely loves her. I think the market share there is going to be huge. And she is, yeah, she's going to do what she's going to do for the pageant. As for my top 2, did I already said? Yeah, it's like my winner. My winner is Brazil.
Brazil. Okay.
Yeah, number 1 is Brazil. I think it's about time to walk through Henrique a bone. He has done so much for this pageant. He's been instrumental in spreading market share and publicity for Miss Grand. And I don't think Miss Grand is where it is now without the help of Global Beauties. I actually thought Lorena was going to be crowned last year. Yeah, it's due. Yeah, it's
Mhm.
due. Brazil needs to get
About
this
time.
crown.
Yes.
Good list. Great. Thanks, darling. Okay, about Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico was the first Miss Grand International 2013. So I think, Noemi, you mentioned that Nawat does not usually crown repeat winners too
In the
soon,
10 years. Yeah.
right?
It's too, I feel it's too soon. I could be wrong. Maybe it
He'll
could
make an
happen.
exception this year.
He could make an exception. You never know what's in his head. But in the past few years, yeah, that has been kind of like the known fact amongst us directors that have won already Miss Grand International, that to repeat a crown was going to be, it's going to be tough. I don't know. I feel that I love Brazil. But I feel like if they're going to go European, I don't think they're going to find another European delegate as good as Czech Republic.
Right.
Yeah. Yep.
Great.
That's
Yeah.
a good point. That's a good point. Yeah.
You know, Brazil, yes, they do owe him. They owe him. Henrique that crown. Definitely. But if they're looking at the European market, like I said, it would be Czech Republic. I don't think, I feel like with Spain, I don't know if you guys notice that, but Spain comes in strong and then it dies down for whatever
Good point.
reason.
Good point.
Yes.
Okay. So like it comes in strong, and then it's like once it's like performance wise, they need to bring it, it goes down. Because it's same with Spain. Spain was coming in hot, and then it was like boom. So I don't know what is that factor that maybe Spain needs to maintain that energy to creep into that top 5. Because I had Czech Republic and Spain fighting for that position in top 5. But now I see more Czech Republic. Czech Republic is very bubbly, and you don't see that with European countries, that type of personality at all.
That's true.
So
yes.
I, again, if they're going European, they're going to go with Czech Republic. If they're going to go with the Americas, they'll go with Brazil.
Interesting, yes.
Or Curacao, if they want to go, Americas as well. Curacao is another country that could be a dark horse and could be an upset for the favorites.
Good point.
Interesting. Yeah.
Interesting. Wonderful. Summer, darling, go.
My God, I'm still listening to Noemi. Everything that she just said and makes sense. But I just want to mention that I put Philippines on the 11th spot earlier because I wanted to put her on my top 10 because just like what Noemi said earlier, that the 10 crown is there to promote the Miss Grand for the following pageants. And but unfortunately, the 10th place has to go to the country with the most number of votes, right?
Yeah.
So that would be Cambodia, right?
That will be Cambodia, or what was the other country that they were saying?
Cambodia, Myanmar.
So far, the top 3 leading the votes is Mauritius, Russia, and Vietnam. There are 3 countries that leading the vote. But this is a problem. I know Vietnam, they have so much money. Like last year, they last minute they put everything they had. But if you had this type of national director, like I've been with Ahmad, the national director of Mauritius, and every single day, not every single day, every time I see him, be it inside the bus, on the way to the practice, being during the breakfast time, and he would always tell me, I promise you, Summer, I prove you wrong, this, because Mauritius was not in, she's not even in my top, she was not in my top 20, let alone top 10.
Well, she made my best national costume list.
I was saying, but yesterday I was taking videos of the girls after the preliminaries, and behind me was Ahmad, and then he said, Summer, what are you doing? My girls is so beautiful. My girls, I promise you, I'll prove you wrong. She's gonna make it. I will surprise everyone. That's how passionate he is about the girl. And then he mentioned as well that Summer, today I put $20,000 just for my girl to win. And then
there you go. So you bought her place then.
And then the following day,
the
following day, he told me, Summer, okay, I put another $25,000. Maybe please for so I was kind of, oh my God, how much you've been spending on
to prepare the contestants. Okay.
Hundreds. But to buy the votes, he kept showing me that, okay, look, I'm not gonna allow Russia to make the top 10 so she can do her speech. And and about Russia.
Scandalo.
Interesting. Juicy.
That is juicy.
So I felt like, am I going to put this girl on my top 10 list just because I felt that there's this very passionate national director who would do everything.
Got a lot of money.
Yes, and he's gonna buy the new franchise for Miss Universe Mauritius and all this and all that. Yes, they have. He's big in Mauritius, but Yeah, so Mauritius is on my 10th place just because I believe that Ahmad is true to his words, and he's very determined to put Mauritius on the top 10.
Yes, I should have put
Just by
Mauritius in my
voting.
top 10 if I
So
knew he had the money to buy a place.
and I
Mhm.
really wanted Philippines to be in the top 10 because this is the time for Mr. Nawat to make not to make amends but to show the Philippines. You see here in the live audience, it's very little audience. Philippines is known for crazy pageant fans, and then during the live, Philippines, there are like 5-10 of us, and I was on my own in the front. It's not like same anymore. So
Because
I
a lot of
think
Filipinos hate Nawat. So what do you
Yeah.
expect?
Mhm.
Yeah.
they should. I wish they get to know him more. The guy is nice, not because he entertained us here. He looked after us, but there's something more about Mr. Nawat rather than. But yes, he's a businessman. That's for sure. So with 35% vote, yes, Mauritius is leading the vote, and Ahmad told me, I'll surprise you. I promise you, she's gonna make the top 10, and I'm not gonna let that go. So she's in the top 10.
Mm.
At number 9 is the strongest from African region. I have Nigeria, and
Good.
she's a performer, and I love her evening gown, and she's very memorable. Yep.
Mm.
At number 7, I have number 8. I love this girl so much, Lucette Materan,
Venezuela.
Venezuela. She's always been my in my top 5, and you know what? Even late night, she arrives from practice from their she had a long day, and this she's always available even past midnight. You approach her, she would post for you, she would give you an interview. And I, to be honest, last year during the Miss Universe, this year, yeah, the last Miss Universe, I
December
didn't,
last year. Yeah.
yeah,
Last year.
Louis, I didn't put Louis at in my even in my top 10 because I felt like Miss Gabriela Easter did not give us the best candidates in the past 3 years, but they're not the best. The last time I remembered someone from Venezuela was Stefania.
Mm.
2018,
Gutierrez.
Stephanie Gutierrez in
Yes,
2018.
in 2018. In the last 3 years, I thought, come on, you can do better than this. But you know what? I got to know her, this lady, and she's super nice. And yeah, I love her. I wish she makes the top 5 too. But in my list, she's at number 7. Number 8. And at number 7, this is one of the biggest surprises this year. Well, at least for me. Before I arrive here, I was expecting she's going to be so popular because, I look at the girls' social media presence and all this and all that, and beauty-wise, but she's the most popular here. In fact, one of the most popular from Asia, Cambodia. Yes, she had a little trip during the evening gown round, but her overall performances, she cannot be ignored, and she's very popular here. So Cambodia, she's also very friendly, very approachable. At number 6, I'm looking if they have any European in my top 5. Okay, at number 6 is this for me. She's supposed to be the strongest from Europe, and but I put her on my number 6 spot.
Czech Republic.
Spain.
Spain. Okay.
Well, but the thing is, during the interview, Mr. Nawat and Miss Anne told her, "Oh, she's young, she's sweet, but you need more practice. You should come back next year."
She can't compete in Miss Grand again next year.
She can't compete again.
I don't know why. She should something like that.
Weird.
And
I think come back next year, represent another country.
I don't know, but
Cuba.
Maybe Cuba.
Right.
during the interview, I felt like she's a bit still reserved and shy and all that. And yeah, but she's always been my favorite. You know, I think her pasarela is been the best comparing to the previous Spanish candidates, past Spanish candidates. But Mr. Nawa told me once, during my interview, that Europe is lazy.
What?
I mean, I'm talking about that. You know, they don't.
They don't prepare
There are
like
votes.
in the training.
No, Czech Republic is very prepared. Spain, they have their own pageants. I think what he's trying to say is, in business wise and all that, their mindset and everything, promoting the pageant. They're not in pageantry, as you know.
No, they're not.
No,
Like United Kingdom. I think that's what he meant here. So there's no money in Europe, I think.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to say. Now, into down to my top five. At number 5, which is the fourth runner up, I have though she gave her best last night, I think she's gonna be the fourth runner up, Indonesia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Though you know, I got to know Ivan, and he's almost like a family here. And when some makeup artists are not available, he helps the girls, not only Miss Indonesia. You know, the money that he invested in the pageant and everything here. Even this hotel, the girls are wearing Ivan Gunawan's design. So the girl who's helping at the reception, the girls who comes in here, they're wearing the Ivan Gunawan's creation. And so, you know, his influence here is massive. But Ivan is more than that. He would not get upset if her girl that doesn't win this year. I think he's ever so professional, and I think he's just more than happy to be part of the organization. And I think it's going to be, well, Indonesia, I hope he does better, but I think she's going to be fourth runner up.
I agree.
Okay, and then on the third runner up finish, at number 4, I have my favorite girl, Oksana Rivera.
Puerto Rico? Okay.
Puerto Rico. You know, just I feel bad for Oksana because last night she looked a little tired, and I was in front, and I feel for her because, you know, as Peter said once, you know, the finishing stretch is very important, and she looks very frail yesterday, and
tired. Yeah.
Tired. Her gown here on the side, you can see some bit skinny, is a bit bone. I think she lost so much weight. And when you are running a business, you want something with so much energy and, you know, keep going day in, day out. And if I would hire someone who constantly performing, from, you know, they arrive here from rehearsals 12 midnight, then they have to wake up 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm sure Noemi knows everything about this because, you know, I'm fairly new here. I just arrived. This is my first time in Miss Grand International. Whatever I say sometimes, you know, maybe just may not be the basis for everything, but this is just my personal opinion. This is what I have observed. So I think as much as I'd like Puerto Rico to be in the top 5, I think she's gonna be one of the runner-ups. So on the third place, I have Curacao. I hope they honor her experience. I hope they honor her her performances, and I think if she plays 6th, how many years ago? 7 years ago, and I think he has already showed everyone her massive improvements. Though Facial wise, there girls are more beautiful than Curacao,
Mhm.
and but I tell you what, she's a performer. She was consistent. Even last night, she performed. She gave her best, and she deserves a top 3 finish. And oh my God, here this is the top 2. The reason why I feel like I still I enlisted my list, and I still believe that just like Noemi, who didn't give her winner, and
Mhm.
I can understand why.
Trust your gut, Summer. Trust your gut. You know what you're
Okay.
doing.
Yeah,
Trust your gut.
you know better than we do. So 'cause
No,
you-
that's not true. This
well,
is
you're
why
there. Yeah.
Trust
so
your
I
gut,
have I
Summer.
could say I have 90% accuracy rate, but this time is so different. You know, Brazil, she's been perfect from day one. She was bang on last night. I love her passerella with a twist of Catriona and all that. You know, she's my winner.
Mhm.
But
All
I
right.
believe Mr. Nawat would give it to Thailand.
Ooh.
Because English can be taught, but I went back and forth for this one, you know, between Brazil and Thailand. And I know Brazil is, you know, one. She's the obvious winner. You talk to every single. Well, there's only one from Indonesia, Pageant, and well, she's an analyst. Like, you know, there are the ones that who were only invited here officially. Bunda from Indonesia, and this one from Thailand, Andre, and me, and they all tell me, you know what, Thailand is already made up. Whether she wins or not, she's gonna make it anyway. She's already popular in Thailand.
Right.
She doesn't need to win. That's true because I've spoken to Mr. Nawat. He said to me, this is why I'm very confused. I had the opportunity to interview Mr. Nawat, right? The moment I went inside in this executive room, and the first thing that he did when we sat was show me the videos of Thailand and her concerts, and he mentioned as well that Thailand, Infa doesn't need to win anything, but you know she's loved and she is very popular in Thailand. Her all her concerts were all sold out. She's got 2.5 million Instagram followers and 7 million in social media, and Thailand has so much sponsorship, like, you know, every day I can't believe it. Every day, you know, brand new this products comes to her room, giving gifts. She receives lots of endorsements and all that.
Wow.
And I think that's one big reason why this year is not for the best girl, but for the best, someone who is the best for the organization. And Mr. Nawat, based on my interview last time, he mentioned about, you know, he's floating on the stock exchange in the next 12 months, starting this coming January. And she and he needs a maximum publicity for this flotation. Otherwise, you know, because he needs investors. I truly believe that pageant is not always for the best winners. And I think on that note, I am getting a feeling that Thailand will win this year.
You know what?
Well done.
What,
Well
you know
done,
what,
Summer.
what you just said makes
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm
Makes
so
sense.
no,
No,
makes
it makes
perfect
sense.
because
Well
last year Vietnam was not everyone's favorite.
Correct.
Exactly.
All of a sudden
I
she's
had
won.
my list.
Oh, I'm
I
just
had
so
my-
sorry for.
Good job.
Okay. Like, she wasn't my favorite last year.
Mhm.
So I was
This is not.
surprised.
This is not easy for me because, you know, I got to know Henrique and every national directors, all the candidates, and sometimes, you know, you want to like just stay away from everyone so you can make your own leaderboard without the influence of anyone. But the truth is, I'd like Brazil to win.
Mhm.
You know, she's so sweet to me. Every time I see her, she go out of her way just to be with me, just to see me, just for my interview. You know, when you have a connection with someone, and that's with Brazil. And I love Czech Republic. You know, I love Oksana. It was me who actually told Oksana, of course. Just I'm one of those people. I said, Oksana, when I put her as first runner up last year, and I got the predicted. I predicted it right when Ashley won Miss Universe Puerto Rico.
Uh-huh.
Carino, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Carino. Uh-huh.
And I put Oksana as first runner up, and I got it right. And I said, Oksana, but please don't give up. You know, on your last year, you must come back and try this. So for me to, you know, she's so level-headed. When she saw me during the where's that, honey? Huh? The zoo. We went to the
Wildlife
safari.
safari.
Uh-huh.
She-
Safari.
She,
Mhm.
would you
Bali?
believe she who am I? She found me and then looked for me and said, "Oh
She
my God,
recognized you.
it's an honor to meet you. Please, can I have a selfie?" I'm really embarrassed to selfie with people. As you know, guys, I don't even have my own personal IG or my own Facebook account. Miss Jessica told me, she was sitting to me inside the car, and she said, "Why you don't have personal, you know, IG, or because it's so important in your business to your brand?" So, but because I'm really not sure about, you know, putting my face there, but anyway, Oksana, yeah, she's like that. Pictures, but Brazil as well. Brazil, she is a queen. If there's justice in this world, she should win. She should be the Miss Grand International. But and so was Thailand. I had the chance to sit next to her. You know, she, even though she doesn't speak just like me, she was not like, you know, her English wasn't as good as other candidates. But when she smiled, she already communicated. You don't have to learn how to speak English, because her facial expression, her mannerism, she's so warm. And I'm also gonna be so also happy to see her win. But again, when talking about from day one overall performances, I'm very, very, what you call it, old school. And if it's a, yeah, I should, Brazil should win. But but I think, because since this is a prediction, I predict Thailand to win this year.
Okay.
Good job. Well
And,
done, Summer.
and she will
well
help,
done.
and she will help the organization too, and she will help lots of people, because you know what, so just, you know, guys, yesterday after the preliminary, I've been watching Infa with people, even first thing in the morning, right, huh? Before breakfast, you know, some people are not there are so many airs, but this girl, she comes out, doesn't matter how she looks like, and the fans with their banners, with their hundreds and hundreds of them, they're waiting for her. She would come to them, she would approach them, she would have selfie with them. I think she's like the Princess Diane of Miss Grand International. And so now you have this, a performer from Brazil, and then you have this, the you know, the fans favorite, the girl who also performs, and who everyone loves from Thailand. So
Yeah. Can I interject
I think,
something about
George,
about
yeah, go ahead, George.
Yeah. Fun fact, Engfa and the top 10 of Miss Grand Thailand 2022, they actually earned 500 million baht, which is around 100,000 USD, since the national pageant until now. So like I said, if you want commercial success, Engfa would be the way to go. Because even on the national pageant, she was not the best score. She did not have the best passarella. She was not the best speaker, but she was commercial. She was marketable. And what Noah said is he wants a girl who could make his pageant popular. And she has so many endorsements, like you said, a lot of Thai cosmetic brands, you know, designers, jewelry company, a lot of them want to invest in Engfa because she has the numbers. So she already has earned 500 million baht. And I'm pretty sure this is going to increase. It's probably going to double if she wins.
Damn.
And she made yesterday her performance, her overall performances last night, it made Mr. Nawat if he's going to make a decision, it's gonna be a lot easier for him after her performance last night. Her overall performance was immaculate. She delivered, and I think it's not gonna. No one would question that if she wins. But the only thing that I can see here a problem would be because she's going to be so busy, her sold out concerts and all this and all that. How can she do everything? I think it's just a matter of proper scheduling and discipline. And I think she's got that.
Yeah, I think that was one of her challenges during the preliminary interview. Remember? I mean, when I would ask him, would you rather be a beauty queen or would you rather be a singer? And then she tried to, combine the two together. I thought she did a very good job combining the two. I mean, why can't I be a beauty queen and a singer at the same time?
Yeah.
And
Tito Rafa, are you proud of me? I spoke like a proper analyst just now. Oh my God! I know when you look at my notes, Tito Rafa.
Are you reading? Yeah.
Look at my notes.
Are you reading the viewers' comments? Joel Cortez has some nice words for you. He says, can we all take a moment to appreciate summer on this in-depth analysis a la telenovela? It is such a treat to see and just listen to your emotions and giving your insights. Thank you. This is beautiful, beautiful words, Joel Cortez. Thank you.
Tito Rafa, can you tell them to follow my Instagram? I only have 4,000 followers. I've been here like for ages. Would you believe? I'm not earning money.
Who's watching this,
I'm being let down by many people.
Please follow Crown Sisters on Instagram. Please follow Crown Sisters on YouTube. Please follow Pageant Empress on Instagram as well. And also, George, you're on YouTube as well, correct? Pageant Empress, I believe.
Yeah, everywhere.
Follow everywhere. And also, please follow this channel, Critical Beauty, because without this channel, none of these people wouldn't be here. All right, so I want that YouTube, whatever they give you when you reach 100,000 subscribers.
Right.
I want one of those before I die. Okay, please help this channel grow. I think so. I think we pretty much unanimously agree that Brazil is going to win this year, crossing our fingers. Okay. But then again, anything could change. We could have Brazil, all this wonderful young women in the top 5, but it boils down to the top 10 speech. Or do you think there's going to be a twist this year? Like they had in the past?
There's always a twist every year.
There's always a twist.
I would love to see Hong Kong placing top 21. By surprise, all of a sudden, top 21. Come over.
France or Japan.
Or Japan. Or Turkey.
Oh, no.
Turkey.
Tito Rafa, before we go, may I say something? I just want to say, pay compliments or to say thank you to the MGI team because, they made me so welcome and they look after me, especially Pite. Thank you so much, Tito Rafa. Though she didn't see the email on time, but I got to show her. Yeah, I arrived here. No one knew me. No one who I was.
What?
I had to show my
Summer. Which of these girls do you like the least?
Tito Rafa, I just want to say,
don't change the subject.
Yeah,
which are there contestants? Are there any mean girls?
Mean?
Bitches, yeah.
Just no mean Tito Rafa. They're all nice. They're all sweet. Either mean girls. No, Tito Rafa. There are no mean girls.
You can tell us after the pageant.
Yeah. Send us an email.
But seriously, they're all professionals, and I'm actually pleasantly surprised how these girls, with their disciplines and everything. I know it's not easy to be here every day and compete and all the pressure. No, Tito Rafa, they're holding their own, and I think their national directors are very proud of them. They should be
good.
That's wonderful. That's good to know. All right. Listen, we have to go because it's actually 12:37 in the morning, Sunday morning here in Boston. So I Again, I can't thank you enough, all my lovely, wonderful special guests for joining this group chat. And to all the fans who's watching this show, please, one thing I like about pageantry is that, again, it unites all of us together despite our political differences, religious differences, cultural, linguistic differences. Pageantry, just like music, sports, unites everybody despite our differences. And one thing that I think we agree, one thing about pageantry we don't like is all these fights, quarrels, hatred, bashing, and whatnot. This needs to stop. Life is just too short to do all these stupid, hateful, angry stuff. Okay, so let's be kind to each other. Let's love each other. Let's just accept each other for who we are. Okay, can we all agree on that? Can we all say amen? Amen.
Amen.
All right, that was my Miss Grand International Stop the War and Violence.
Right? It's like, who are you?
Yeah.
They should give me the crown. They should give me the crown. All right. Thank you again.
Rafa, you're not the same person I fell in love with.
Who?
You're not the same person I fell in love with. Don't change. You're being nice
Guys,
now.
I have to go. Bye. I have a meeting. Sorry. Love you so. Love you all. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, Antonio. Bye, George.
Bye.
And Empress. Love you, everybody.
Peter Rafa, thank you so much.
Thanks,
Bye,
Sal.
everyone.
Thanks, Peter. Thanks, Phil.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Enjoy the finals on the 25th.